this up. Okay. Welcome everybody to workshop number 99. This is a crypto wealthy workshop based on Bitcoin and a few other projects in the crypto sphere. I want to thank you guys who are here live tonight for coming out. I want to thank all our fans at home on Facebook and all the other places that are watching us from around the world and maybe watching this later or listening later on the podcast. You can find our podcast recording right here on iTunes and Podbean for Android, and you can see us live on Facebook, and we should be saving this video and putting this on my YouTube channel later, which is just under my name. You guys have my business card. It's Jan Serrato, and thanks again for tuning in. We're number 99. I've done 99 workshops now in a row. I was just joking with the boys here. There's a lot of things in life that we don't do 99 times in a row, and I'm pretty proud of myself, and I'm sure my mom is proud of me tonight too. And I stuck with this. I've stuck with you guys. I promised you guys that I was going to help you for 5 years in the space, and it's only been 2 years and a little bit now, okay? We started in September 2017 with this. I don't give any advice, but I give a lot of help and hand-holding, app sharing, project knowledge, whatever I can to you guys and you at home and everyone that comes and sees me. I want to be your helper. I want to be your coach. I want to be the person that will help guide you through the mess of all the options and all the craziness that exists in the crypto sphere. So what is crypto and why are we here? Well, first of all, there's no advice tonight. These are just the journeys of myself, so don't take any advice at all. But why we're here is that I got into crypto deep in 2017. I am an entrepreneur. I was working at my businesses. I had agencies, I had web, I had designers, I had graphics, I had printing companies. I had all these things going and running for 16 years, flourishing in the city of Calgary, covering southern Alberta and some of western Canada. I was a very successful man who started basically from scratch, from nothing, and I built an entrepreneurial business with a lot of my clients who became my friends, and I became very networked within the city, and I had a lot of value out on the streets. And as I saved money all those years at work, I tried different things. I went to financial planners at the bank. I tried the investors group. It became Edwards Jones today. I tried different mechanisms and vehicles like mutual funds to actually make money. So when I was growing up, my father was an electrician, and he went for the interest at the bank. He would put his paycheck in the bank, and he would tell my mom how excited he was to make that 4% of the gains of interest on his account. And I listened to that as a child. Later on, I wanted to make gains with my money at work, and there weren't that many options, as you know. You guys have all seen it and tried things. So my goal of starting this entire club was to create capitalism, and it was to create money making money. And we do that through education. Why? How else are we going to get there? So Chris is big on the news and self-educating, but he's also into money growth. That's what he's doing this for, right? Rob is into going to work hard every day, busting his ass, but he's coming home and he wants his money to grow for him. Corey, same thing. He's out there busting ass, doing things. He wants his money to grow for him. You gentlemen, same stuff. You guys at home, same thing. So while you're listening to this, you're thinking, man, I want to grow my money. I want to too. And I know you do. So hence why we do this. And I come out here every second Thursday, hopefully on the regular, and I try to work with you guys on some things and show you what I'm doing to grow my money, small or large, okay? And what kind of investor type person am I, so everyone gets this right? I am a small type investor. I am not big time. I am not big man. I'm not millions of dollars. I'm not, flying jets and all this other stuff. I have a lot of fun out there on my Instagram and stuff like that, but I want you guys to know that I'm a small investor. That's my credo. That's my title, okay? And I'm a small investor inside the cryptocurrency space. That's who I am. And I'm not an investor in the traditional space of buying stocks or those types of things. I'm inside the crypto space, okay? So all of the moves that I'm doing with my small money is to grow it inside a space, and I'm using cryptocurrency as the vehicle and the mechanism. Now, why am I doing that? Why am I in that space? Well, because it is very lucrative right now, okay? But the thing is that where is it lucrative? How is it lucrative? These are good questions. And so I go out there on a journey and try to answer them for myself. Therefore, I can tell others what I found out, okay? So let's talk about the number one lucrative thing in the space, period. The number one thing that anyone at home can do, our neighbors, the girl that babysits our kids at 16, anybody we know that has any kind of money right now, Canadian, American, European, Asian, anywhere on planet Earth, what's the number one thing they can do? Buy a little Bitcoin. That's it right there. They can take $100 out of their whatever wallet and they can buy a little Bitcoin. Chris agrees.
Yeah, that's
Rob
what I'm here to
agrees.
talk about.
I know Corey agrees. I know you guys agree. I know the audience should be agreeing. $100 of Bitcoin, just buy some. Buy some from me, buy some from the ATM, buy some from a friend, get it online, get it with your credit card, go wherever the hell you want. No one cares. But the point is, if you want to be involved in the future and understand this economy just a little bit, buy a little bit of Bitcoin. Start there. Awesome idea. Now you are a small investor. Now you've got started. Now you've entered the dojo and the game. Okay? Now you know. Now, what's the second thing you can do with that money? All right. Now you bought a little bit of Bitcoin. What now, Jan? Well, you want to do a couple things with it. You can actually leverage that Bitcoin. Well, what does that mean? Well, we could go to, what, a company, a website. We could put our Bitcoin into it, like a money, and then we could leverage that Bitcoin 100 to 1. What do you mean? I could take my $100 of Bitcoin and go 100 times on that? Yes, you can. You can do it on a website called BitMEX, and you can play longs and shorts of the Bitcoin activity, because Bitcoin is a thing. It's a digital asset. So it's moving around out there in a value. Okay, it's going against the US dollar and it's moving around. And it is a digital asset, meaning that it has an economy and it has a value and it is doing an economy on the earth. All right, so it's floating around on the internet out there, and it sometimes goes up, it's going down, it's doing all these moves, and it's a digital asset. So you're gonna participate in that, and you're gonna hold your currency inside the Bitcoin. Okay? Now some people say to me, but Jan, it keeps going down. Of course it does. It's going down and it's coming back up. It's going down, it's coming back up. It hasn't really dropped to a point where it's caused anybody real losses, to be honest, since its inception. But depending on where you bought it, you may have suffered a loss. And that's normal in anything, okay? You might have bought it really high and then it's come back low and now you're pissed off and things like that. But overall, the actual Bitcoin itself has not lost money. It's actually been a trajectory of income and growth and been one of the most solid financial things we've seen so far in the space of finance right now. So in the last 10 years, Bitcoin has proven itself to be one of the best things that people could have taken a look at and been involved in, okay? Now, when I took a look at it way back when, it was cheap, and I was balking at it. I was skeptical, like all of us are, and I was telling my friends, no thank you, right? I bought a few, literally just a few, and I had them kicking around, and by the time 2017 rolled around, I lost phones, and I lost things, or sold them or whatever, and I didn't even care. And there was a touch of me that didn't care about the Bitcoin when it first came out, and that was disrespectful of me. I should have cared about it, and I really should have cared about it more. And more than just cared about it, I should have got everyone I know involved in it at a really early time, because that would have been a really good thing for everyone I know, right? We know that now. Corey and I could have bought a whole shit ton of them at $20 each, and they're now $7,482 US, right? So they were $20, they were $8, they were a lot of numbers, and I heard them come across my desk at various times and various moments of history, right? And that's not a thing. This is investing, gentlemen and ladies. What is investing all about? Well, buy something now, hold on to it, and let's make some money later. Buy real estate, buy some land, get involved in a company at the beginning, roots, whatever. What's the trajectory? How does that all work? It's the same thing for everything. You gotta step up now, you gotta hold on for the ride, and you gotta hopefully cash out later on some kind of lift. And that's what I look for. I look for lift in everything we're doing, okay? And there's a lot of lift in the space. So let's go on the coinmarketcap.com. For those of you listening, we're on this website, coinmarketcap.com, and we're gonna go look at the rankings right now, okay? Let's take a look here. We're going to look at gainers and losers on the rankings under trends. Okay, so we click here every week, or every time we get together, every 2 weeks, we like to look at this little list, because I like to tell people what kind of lift is out there. You can see right away in the last 24 hours, we have a coin named Guider who has a 1,858% lift. And I would just guess, because I know how this works, that nobody in this room knew about it, right? Put up your hand if you did. No. Nobody knew in this room that there was 1,858% lift on this project in the last 24 hours within the crypto space. What's my point? Well, the crypto space is deep, Chris. It's massive. And there are so many projects that we don't know about, and they're coming out every day. Every day, you guys. So for these people that are rolling with some blinders on and a small mindset, take it off. Take off the hat. Get the head open, because every day this space is going to grow another step and another notch and another, like a jump. And I can't keep up myself. I cannot. Every 2 weeks I come here, and there's always new projects, there's always new money, and there's always something incredibly profitable coming out of the space. And that's what I love about it. If you want to know the truth of that too, what else have I ever participated in that has numbers like this and has this stuff happening on the regular? Nothing. Nothing. Not even the stock market has exciting companies and exciting projects like this coming out all the time. It does not. It's the same Tesla, which is cool. Just come out with a truck and all that stuff. It's always cool, right? But they don't have new shit like this, and they sure don't have lift like this. So when I started, I was looking for tremendous lift. And I used to say they had to lift me out of bed in the morning, right? Remember? And so Scotiabank, and no disrespecting them, is giving like 1.75% right now to whatever bullshit money you want to put with them. And to me, I'm not interested. That doesn't lift me out of bed, right? Or any of those deals, the Tangerine, all those guys. But 1,858%, that gets me out of bed. That gets me excited. That brought me here tonight. That made me meet you guys. That makes me hang with you and do my work here. So now you know. A 1,858% lift is the hot sauce, okay? And when you think about hot sauce, that's the kind of stuff you want. And I know that everybody in this room right now, if I said, give me $100 and we're gonna do this for 1,858% lift, and you guys could see the cash grow like that in front of your eyes, you'd be happy people, like immediately, okay? So why do I show you this every time? Go do some research. There's a concept here. Jan is showing you the money, I'm showing you the lift, and then I want you to go do your research. So write down the Guider coin, GDR, if you guys listening. And then the FCQ coin also had 562% lift this week. It went from 0 to 43 cents already. Like, that is humongous. And that is a coin called Fortem Capital, okay? And the previous coin was GDR, and that was 1,858, and that is called Guider, Guider, okay? Data Wallet comes in at number 3 with 174% lift, and that's not even a penny yet. And that's a great one to get, the Data Wallet. I've actually heard of that project. It's going to be good. Check it out. And Proton Token, PTT, that comes in at way under a penny still, 270 Satoshis, and that's 46% lift. The next one is Sensor with an X, XSR, and that one's got 20 million in volume in the last 24 hours, one of the highest ones in the top 11 there of volume. And then I'm going to go right down to Lambcoin at number 11, LAMB. That has 76 million in volume. 4 cents already, up 27%. That coin's going to keep going. That coin will probably be 10 or 25 cents, the Lamb coin for Lambda, and you guys can make some bacon on that one. So have a look at that, okay? And there's a lot of good ones here. Algorand, that Algo coin is huge. Airblock, ABL. The Algo one has $154 million in volume in the last 24 hours. The coin's already at 28 cents, and this thing started at 0. And if you guys were listening in the podcast a couple meetings back, I talked about Algo, and it was way less than that. So it's already at 28 cents, guys, and it's 27% up today, okay? So that's another one you want to look at. So what am I doing? What the hell is he looking at? I'll tell you right now. I'm looking here at the volume, because that's a trigger point for me. I see the crazy amounts of millions of dollars of volume. I'm looking at the percentage of lift, because it's kind of sorted like that by a spreadsheet. And I'm also looking at the price of the coin and the value to step in. Now, if you do some math on your calculator, a lot of people say to me, Jan, why is crypto so cool? And I say, because my neighbors can get in with $100. And think about it right now. If I had $100 to spend, and I could buy shares in the Proton token, which is only 270 Satoshis, I can't do the math in my head, but I'm going to guess we'll probably get about 270,000 shares or more of that with $100. Maybe 2.7 million even of them for $100, okay? And then that goes up, right? And we're already at 1 million sold of that one, 1.1 just in 24 hours. So the fast math is that it extrapolates really quickly, and you can buy something of value very cheaply, okay? Very cheaply, and it goes back a billionth of a penny, right? So it's got a lot of lift behind it. Come on in, Kev. Welcome.
Hey, brother.
So the next one on our hot list is, I've sorted the spreadsheet now between, you can look at 1 hour, 24 hours, and 7 days. So now I'm on 7 days, okay? And in the last 7 days, the ROM token, welcome. Come on in.
Good to see you, brother.
Freezing, eh? It's freezing out there, by the way. For those listening, it's minus something, 15 to 20 there, and it's all cold at that point. As soon as it hits minus 15, it just kind of stays the same, and it feels freezing forever. But we have everyone showing up tonight, and we got some underneath parking. So you guys that don't know that, we have parking underneath. It's warm, it's heated, it's free, and we're inside the Cowboys Casino. And thanks to them, and thanks to Zen 8 for putting up with us for 99 workshops in a row. We're going to have our 100th Christmas party and workshop in 2 weeks, and it's probably going to be at China Rose. So if you guys want to come to that, you can bring your dates. We're going to have gifts, we're going to have all kinds of stuff, and we're going to have it at China Rose, I believe. So that's in 2 weeks.
Great.
And that's if I'm still here. And if not, I'm just going to extend it a little bit, and then we'll do the 100th when I get back. But I might be going to a crypto convention in Vegas and the marijuana convention in Vegas. They're back-to-back 1 week and next week there, the 8th of December and so on. So I might be going there. And then I might be in Vegas for just a little bit, again, 10 days, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do the 100. And then we'll blow it up. Okay, so those listening, 100th, next one. So the ROM token, ROM, okay, low in volume, incredibly low in price, 92 Satoshi, 849% lift right now. That's something to look at. So all you alt buyers out there, the altcoin buyers, that is a move, okay? So let's talk about how to make money in crypto. A move in crypto is buying altcoins that come out into the marketplace, brand new, really, really cheap, buying a whole bunch of them in the millions for a really small amount of Canadian dollar money style, and then waiting for them to catapult in the first 7, 21, 30 days of the life cycle, and then selling them off. Not holding on to them for the whole life cycle, not waiting for another couple of years till they become the magic. No, I'm talking about buying them now, right now when they're 92 Satoshis, which is a billionth of a penny, and getting yourself a million or two of those for $100 or $50, and then that by the end of the month, by the end of 30 days on the ROM token, after it's come out on the market like that, you should have thousands of % of lift on it, and your $100 spend should be able to go to like $1,000 of growth. Okay, just saying. And if you had $1,000 to work within your spendy budget, then you can do $1,000 worth of those guys, get like 10 million of them, and then by the end of the month, your 1,000 could be a $10,000 exit. You with me now? You listening to what I'm saying here? If anyone has questions, put up your hand. So what did I do there? I took Canadian money, I went in and got Bitcoin, I went to the exchange, I put the Bitcoin into the website, I went to the website that sells the ROM token as a commodity, as an item, I went and bought XYZ number of ROM tokens with my Bitcoin money. I'm sitting on the ROM token now in my website, in my account. Now I sit there for 1 month watching it. As the ROM token begins to take off from scratch, from very beginnings, I'm watching the ROM token take off. At about the 30-day mark, I put in an order to sell that token back to the exchange website. The exchange website pays me that gross dividends in Bitcoin. And now I have a larger sum of Bitcoin. So back to the beginning of tonight, what is the goal of all of us? Why are we in the space? To collect as much Bitcoin as possible. We should be sitting on a Bitcoin value, constantly accumulating, constantly growing, and constantly trying to grow that pile. Think of it like a pile of hay. You've got land. Think of it like a pile. You want to keep growing that pile. You have animals. You know that at the beginning of winter, the pile's really big. And then by the end of the winter, the pile's real small because it ate it all. The thing with Bitcoin is we want to pile it up higher than it goes. We never want it to look like that. You with me, Corey? You get it, right? So it's a great analogy for you. But we never want the pile to look like the animals are eating it. We want the pile to keep going up. Chris has got kids. We got kids. We want to do this. We want to build a legacy. So you got to think about it, right? You want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. So there's one move that I can show everyone on planet Earth, that there's gains in the altcoin space, and not all of it's dead, and not all coins are shit coins, and not all of that attitude that they talk about on the internet applies to you, okay? You are different. You guys have a different mindset, and you have to understand that you can walk in to that type of mindset, to buy that ROM token with your hard-earned cash, turn that around to a 10 times profit, and then be able to exit in 30 days and feel good about yourself. You can do moves like that. You're big boys and girls out here. And none of that shit's going to hurt you. If you're telling me that you're going to risk a whole $100 and your life is over because of that, you can't make groceries, then don't do it, okay? But if you can take $100 and you can leverage it to make $1,000, then go ahead and try. And if you want my help, listening everybody, I will help you. I will help you. You can come to my studio. You can call me. Anything you guys want to do, I will consult to you, and I will show you step by step exactly what the hell I'm talking about on your laptop, okay? I'll set you up for success. I'll show you exactly what the hell to do, and it's so simple, okay? Coin number 2, EXMR. Look at this thing, 298% up. It's worth $3.18. It's got a really low volume, which is fishy to me, just back to what I'm looking at. I don't know why. But I think we should all check it out. EXMR. Give it a look, okay?
I haven't looked at that one.
What else is here that's got big volumes? Here we go. D market coin. DMT is the symbol. DMT has got 29 million in the last 24 hours. It's worth 24 cents and it's up 132%. Okay? So if it's up 100%, is that double your money? No. 200% is double your money. Okay? Keep that in mind. So 100% is not. So you want to go 200% is double, 300% is 200% is double, 300% is triple. So keep that in mind.
Jan, that ROM token, I don't know how it could be up 849, but anyway, 92 1 millionths of a penny is one Satoshi.
One Satoshi.
One Satoshi.
Okay.
Yeah, I just let that do.
So how many can we get for $100? Do some fast math here. Let's go. So if we took $100 and we're going to buy that ROM token, how many could we
now
get?
$30 Canadian gets you 300,000 Satoshis.
Okay.
So,
Fast math. Couldn't figure this out. This is why we do this workshop. Let's do the math on this. Let's tell you viewers that are listening in at home what $100 would buy them of Canadian dollars or even US. I don't care what we do. We can do US if you want, just for the simple. But of that, and yeah, let's do US because it's that 92 US.
Yeah.
You almost
give you 3 million, right? Or no, just short of a million.
Just short of a
Just short
million?
of a million.
Okay, so there you go. You get just short of 1 million ROM tokens for your $100, we'll say US dollars, okay? Just for illustration purposes. And with that in mind, and you take that kind of lift on that $100, it's not going to be tough to go to $1,000. And I want to show you something else. You don't have to be a big baller. You don't have to come into the space with $100 grand and start waving it around. You can come in the door with $100 and start growing it. One little bullshit thing at a time kind of thing. One little project, one little notch. And you just grow it little by little. I sat down for dinner with this guy in Las Vegas. He rented the bungalow at the Cosmopolitan, which is $3,000 a night. It's a 5-level home with 2 hot tubs. And the thing looks at the Bellagio fountain. And this guy was a big baller from America. He had 2 Rolls Royce back in Florida, apparently. And we were at the CryptoCon together. He liked me and my swagger, so we were hanging out. He tells me his story. He tells me all this other stuff. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, how did you get here? Like, how the fuck did this dude get this much money and do all this stuff? And he told me it was like this, grinding it out, project after project, one by one, growing his money like real estate. He would take a little bit of dough, grow it up, then do it again, and he lost on a lot of stuff. He didn't lie. He lost on tons of shit. Tons of shit was garbage too. So he just kept on going though, you know. And I want you to know you have to do that. You can't stop once you get started on the hunt. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is not for the weak at mind. This is for the people that really want to win and make some bacon. Okay, so now you know there's still money in the alt space. There's still huge lift, and this is. I want everyone to listen for the major note here. The point is why I joined this space. Why is Jan inside cryptocurrency? Because the numbers like 849%. I love that stuff. I love Kevin hitting the calculator and telling me we can get 1 million of something for $100. When I get 1 million of something for $100, I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. It gets me all excited. Think about it. And that $100 can go to $1,000 bill. Oh my God! You telling me? Overnight?
You just have to go to 10 Satoshis, right?
Exactly, and it doesn't take much. So when you're back behind the decimal that far, it doesn't take much for accelerated growth. Okay, and I also call what we do here is ASP, just like that stuff with the mind, but it's Accelerated Savings Program. Okay, so what are we on? We're on the ASP, Accelerated Savings Program. And how are we achieving that? Where we're using cryptocurrency as the vehicle, as the mechanism for our Accelerated Savings Program. Okay?
And like you were saying, Jan, right? The volume is a big deal. I wouldn't even look at those first 4.
Yeah.
The market, yeah. Streamer, sure.
Volume is a massive
maybe
deal.
Glock, Proton, maybe, right?
Yep. Volume is a massive deal. And again, these things work like spreadsheets, so you can see the volume will change depending if we go 7-day or 24-hour or things like that. No, that is marking their highest volume. Okay, that algo coin is worth looking at, guys. It's already 28 cents. You guys missed a lot of the lift on that.
And
But,
they have a staking wallet.
The algo does?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about staking. Okay, how many people know about staking? Anybody? A little bit? Okay. Some still don't. Staking is simple. Staking is described for me layman's terms like this. I'm a company, I'm a brand, we'll say I'm Litecoin, just because everyone knows that name. I'm Litecoin. Now you go to my website at Litecoin and you download my wallet, you download my software basically, you download my app to your phone. You then have Litecoin in your app, in your wallet, in your phone, or on your laptop. While you hold that in there, well, you just hold the company's funds. Just because you're a fan and a member, you're going to get rewards for doing such. And there's incremental small rewarding. So it's like another kind of dividend, it's like another interest, it's very similar to that. So staking is a way for you to create more wealth within inside a project. Why do I want to do that? Well, because some of these projects are going to be worth a lot of money someday, okay? So keep that in mind. And what are? Well, a lot of them are. And right now, part of what, this is another thing that I want to say philosophy-wise, but part of what cryptocurrency is doing online is creating value right now. Like we're in the underpinnings of a brand new emerging economy. So all these little projects, all these little people are all scrambling to create value, to create this proposition and create bricks of foundation for all of us to step on for the future to make on. And that's what's happening. And we're all getting all pissy and worried about a lot of little things right now in the space, and I know the world is, and I say give it more time. Give it more time to lay down more bricks, more foundation, because as this thing creates more and more value around the world, you're going to see things change, and this is what it's all about. So,
and I think it'll really start with the halving next May.
Staking Rewards is made by a young boy. He's 17 years old and he lives in Edmonton. This is his website. Cool kid. I interviewed him on the phone. So, Staking Rewards is leading data provider for staking and crypto growth tools. We are currently tracking 72 yield-bearing digital assets with an average reward rate of 12.39% and 63 qualified providers. So there you go. Who wants 12.39 on their money? I do. Me too, please.
Is that a year?
Who knows? We'll see that. It probably is. But there you go. So he's showing you where you can put some coin and hold them and make some money. Look at this. The live key here is giving you 78%. What do you see, Kevin?
Most of those staking apps or rewards, you're getting 3 to 5%. So you see 12%. That's pretty impressive.
Well, let's go high here. Right now, the highest reward is the live peer. It's supposed to be 78% for staking, and right now the adjusted reward is saying it's at 23%. The synthetics network, it's got SNX as the coin, $1.39 is the price. Right now the reward is 62.97% for holding that coin, and it's the highest on the board right now. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You want to hold a winner, you want to stake a winner, Synthetics Network, SNX, is paying the bacon making. It's 62.97%, so that's 63%.
And look at how many people are staked in it, right? 82.49%.
Yep.
Total.
Of the coins are staked. It's really nice. That's humongous.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you? Because you're getting fat rewards, 62%.
Sure.
Okay, Jen, so cool. You showed us Synthetic Networks, SNX, and it's $1.39 and it's paying 62%, and it's really doing it because you can see how it's adjusted for other ones, and it's got XYZ money. How do I get it? How do I participate? How do I get something? How do I go from my CIBC to there? Right? That's the question everyone has all the time. How do I do that? It's not easy. Everyone knows that. So start with step one. How do we get some of this coin? How do we get to stake it? First, we're going to do, we got to get Bitcoin. So you got to take some cold hard cash, and we got to get some Bitcoin. Second thing we're going to do is find out where the SNX coin is being sold and traded, from where and what place, what region, and then we're going to go and sign up there, and we're going to fund that area with our Bitcoin, and then we're going to buy some of this token, and we're going to bring this into the wallet. So we're going to find out what wallet the company wants us to use. So we'll probably go to the website for Synthetics Network, see what they say on their website. Hey, download this particular software app, and this is going to be the wallet for rewards, staking rewards. Okay, and you download that to your computer, and then you go and you buy your coins. Once you buy your coins, you then send them to yourself from your exchange to that wallet that you've downloaded from the company. The company's computers will then know that you have the company's coins now inside their wallet. They'll resonate and they'll attach. And from there, bam, you start to get rewards day one. And every day you get, like I showed you my phone earlier with Cloud, you get those dividends all the time, and they come in like that. And what you're getting is more of the same brand of the company's coin. So if you're in love with the project, or you're behind it, or you're about collecting it, and then selling it off back to Bitcoin later, then get on it now. And that's the trajectory, okay? That's what you're doing. So you're gonna go in with money into Bitcoin, into this project. You're gonna hold it in your wallet. You're gonna make 62% back of the same project, back again. Then you're gonna accumulate. Then you're gonna take that accumulation, and you're gonna sell that accumulation back to the exchange house for Bitcoin. And you should be higher than when you started. You should start here at 1 grand, and when you go to sell, you should be at a higher number of sorts, and you should be selling off your Bitcoin for that. And then you take your Bitcoin and you go put it back in your cloud wallet that I showed you, and you keep that there making dividends till you're ready for another move, and you're ready for another coin. And that's how I would do it. So there's even more steps to the actual steps of how I work inside the wallets and how I move between projects. But here's what I do myself. I hold my funds in one wallet called Cloud for the most part, and that's paying me dividends on the regular. They know about it. When I go to make a move like this, to go buy into something, then I go and I refund my money from my Cloud a little bit out and take it out of my bank, basically, of Bitcoin. And then I go to wherever that project is, and I use that money for my access to it. I accumulate whatever it is that I want to do. I make my wealth based on that area. When my wealth is made and I sell back to Bitcoin, I then take those funds and I put that back in Cloud, and I put it back to work for me until the next thing comes along, okay? And that's how I look at it, because I'm not into everything every single day. I'm not trying to do all of it or whatever. I'm actually trying to do the stuff I really like or I'm passionate about or whatever I'm in love with. So that's how I do my stuff, or whatever I've researched like this. Like right now, I'm researching with you guys at the same exact time. So when I go home tonight, I'm looking at SNX token, and I'm going to be all over this.
KuCoin.
It's not available on KuCoin?
Yeah.
Awesome. See, Chris found it. It's available on KuCoin, guys.
And it's actually number 41 in the coin market. And
It's really made some moves recently.
that's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's doing really good. See, and this is how you find out about projects, by hanging out, right, together, and then we know. So not all coins are shit, and not all people's attitudes matter. I want you guys to keep hearing that in your head, okay? Because there's so many projects out here that you can get involved in. Now look at this. Staking providers we love. The website's been going and making sure these guys are paying, making sure these guys are legit, making sure these projects are sticking around, and they're even telling us what country they're coming from. Look at Figment Networks right here, number 9. These guys are here from Canada, right? So you can support a Canadian project. How cool is that? The staking is 15%, which is really nice.
That's pretty reasonable.
You got America here, 50%. You got United Kingdom, 30%. You got France. See, you can see different countries in here and different things now. And you can, Binance is staking now too, look. So Binance is staking, okay? And they should, So should you be staking? Yes, you should. And what is staking again? It's holding a particular brand, coin, and getting paid a dividend for doing so. It's so easy.
You don't even have to do it for long.
It's a no-brainer.
Better than saving in your bank account.
It's way better. It's such a no-brainer.
And on Binance, you just have to hold them in your wallet. And they've been doing that probably 6 months for Stellar.
Yeah,
That's
see?
all.
See? So in Binance is so well designed, their website, that they plug into all of the forkings, all of the bonus rounds that come with the projects. They're really well done.
Yeah.
They're just so smart there. And if you ever log into your Binance, and some of you don't use it much, like I don't use it much, I have it as a tool, but I don't use it that much. I love logging in because I got 4,000 of this and 6,000 of that. I'm like, wow, where'd I get that from? Free coins, right? So they actually give you a lot of things. And I have a Binance link, so if you don't have Binance and you guys are even my friends listening and you want it, talk to me about all these websites. Let me give you my link, and then we get a little bit of commission together. So let's look at the dominance of the cryptocurrency marketplace as far as Bitcoin right now. We're at 66.5%. That is humongous. That is Bitcoin eating a major, major chunk of the world's economy right now. And we're moving into Christmas, and we've just hit some lows with Bitcoin. We got down to 6,000 and change US, and that tells me that we're going to have a bubble burst. That tells me that we're about to go into like a high gear of bubbling here. So let's have a look at Fiat Leak. And let's see where all the money's being spent right now on Bitcoin, because that tells us which part of the world is blowing the hard-earned cash on Bitcoin with fiat money. So fiat, for the people at home, is just another term for cash, US dollars, Canadian dollars, money from the bank. It's called fiat for their specific reason. Now, I go to Fiat Leak, so that's L-E-A-K. People are like, what? Yeah, Fiat Leak. So the concept of the website is to be cheeky, because it's like we're showing the leak of cash leaking out of the system, going into crypto big time. And it
Look
is.
at that.
It is.
That's
There you go, Kevin. It ain't a
crazy.
joke. Look at that. I know, eh? So at my house, at my studio, which all of you are invited, this is on the TV every single day. I never turn this off. I get up in the middle of the night for a pee, and the one thing I look at is how Bitcoin's doing at 3 in the morning.
Japan too, right?
Yeah.
Look at all the money going into.
So what you guys are looking at is the flags of the world down below. These are all flags of the countries that matter and are pumping Bitcoin when they do. And then those are all streaming to their respective country from that flag. And take a look at that, eh? And look at Korea right now. Look how much jam Korea's doing right next door to USD there.
Yeah.
Koreans are insatiable about cryptocurrencies. They are all over it like butter on bread and an extra peanut butter on top. Like they're heavy. They're heavy. Korea, Japan, United States, United Kingdom is pretty good too, but Malaysia, a lot of those Malaysia too,
Hey,
they're
look,
all
there's
big.
some floating up to
Indonesia,
Canada.
Singapore. Corey and I are going to move to Singapore next year. We're out of here. We're leaving 2020. We got one more year in town. You guys have to watch our meetups live from Singapore for the last couple of years of this thing. Because we're going there. We're going to the sovereign state. We're going to the sovereign country. I'm setting up a house and an office there. All the money that I'm making in crypto, I'm going to buy real estate in Singapore with it, and I'm going to live there and retire there and live in that place. Because that is where I belong. Singapore is filled with nothing but like ballers and hustlers and world economy and thinkers and doers, and oh, what a place, unbelievable. Super clean, super safe, top notch of everything. Look at that, 24.91 BTC, this little chart coming through here, and they're all ripping down here. You can see BitMEX, Coinbene, Bitforex, everybody, Wallboy, just ripping. Look at that, ripping. So Bitcoin, for all the naysayers and the disbelievers out there, you got to wake up. You got to wake up now. You got to put your sleeping pills, flush them down your toilet, okay? And you need to wake up. I mean it. You need to get a slap or two, like Tony Robbins, and you need to get involved. You need to understand that Bitcoin is here to stay. When rap music came out, they said it was a fad. Boy, they were wrong. If you watch the Grammys, it owned the stage again. My mom gets mad about that. This rap music, fucking Grammys, right? My mom's all pissed off, and so whatever. But I tell her Bitcoin's here to stay too, Mom. So you can't sit there and be a naysayer. The world's pushing. The economy is coming. Look around too, okay?
The infrastructure's building
Every single day the infrastructure's getting tighter, bigger bricks on the bottom.
700 million into a mining farm down in Texas.
There you go.
700 million.
When I was in Vegas, there's a company, Dumais, and they're out of Arizona, and they had Lamborghinis there and all this other stuff, and they are an investment syndicate for mining, and they're in Arizona. It's Dunmice. Let me see the thing. Dunmice Mining. See if I can spell that right. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Global Tech, power to pay. So you can invest in Dunmice out of Arizona, USA, and you can be in their mining farm. You can put your own miners there, and you can be with them, and they pay you a dividend. And they're legit, man. These guys had Lambos. They had two of the biggest booths at the World Crypto Con. And Chris, why don't you come with me to Vegas right now? Come to this one I'm going to. Coinbase is going to be there, and everybody. It's another small one. They're all small, but they're all fun. By the way, also, for those of you listening and knowing, Las Vegas is the crypto capital of America for the west side of things. It's bigger than LA, it's bigger than most, and there's a lot of things that convene in Vegas, and we're very kind of close to it, so it's good for us, okay? So you can own your machines, you can bring your own mining servers, they can host it for you, Pine Top, Arizona, or Tempe, and you can come see it for yourself, and they pay you back a dividend, and you can invest just in the infrastructure of what they're doing, and they are a full-blown data center, full-blown mining facility. They are huge. The next halving is in May. They know all that, and it's power to pay. So you can sign up with them, and I can give you my code and all that sort of stuff, and you guys can try that, and you can do all the plans.
Please.
Yeah, I will. I will for sure. Yeah,
I'll post it up in Telegram.
I will. They're legit. They're called Dunmas. So DUNAMIS globaltech.com. Dunamis, power to pay. And then you can see what we offer. Just click on it here for you guys. So they offer hosting a day. Look, they're 7 cents a kilowatt. They do the 1,000-day hosting at 6 cents, and they do 5-year hosting plans at 5 cents. And they got high capacity, all production and costs start now. And they are a mining farm, and they are real, and they are amazing, and you can invest in it and all that sort of stuff and get paybacks and dividends. So I think it's really neat how they've orchestrated that. And a lot of people in Canada, including our ADM Co friends there, remember ADM Co? They want to be these guys. That's who they want to be.
Sure.
Even our friend Michael Ainger there, he wants to be this. Everyone that I met in the mining zone wants to be dunamis, but they never ever had the balls to be this big time. And this is United States money. This is big time. You see their facility, it's just fucking enormous. And it's in the Arizona desert. It's like a giant thing, like a Tesla factory. Like they know what they're doing. And you gotta have American money to play like that, or Chinese money. You guys know how this works.
35,000 square feet.
Exactly. So for all the pipe dreamers in town here, it's a good idea.
You've seen Hut 8. What's the size of these guys compared to Hut 8?
Bigger.
Yeah.
Hut 8 is still like a highly concentrated operation though, with a lot more output than you'd imagine in its space because of those Bitfury ASIC chip cards. They're way larger than the machines are using here, so they have a weirder setup.
Their energy cost is a little bit lower too.
They are so, yeah, and they're pulling off of natural gas too there.
That's right.
All of that. But all of that said, Hut 8 is a beautiful program, and I'll show you guys them too.
Canadian, right out of my
They're Canadian. And Hut 8 Mining is a Canadian operation, and you can invest in it through your stock market. You can get your thing from your bank.
World leading Bitcoin mine.
And they're one of the best in the world. And they just took on another loan to get more money to more advancements. But Hut 8,
another $1 million.
it was more than that actually. I think they got
because it's just $1 million more than their original one.
okay. Let's throw their video on.
Sure.
See what it says. Volume.
Hut 8 was founded with the determination to evolve the world of cryptocurrency into a more accessible space. Now sitting as Canada's largest cryptocurrency mining company, Hut 8 is named after the building in Bletchley Park where Alan Turing invented a machine that cracked the German Enigma code during World War II, saving millions of lives and laying the groundwork for modern computing and cryptography. Bitcoin mining secures the Bitcoin blockchain and verifies transactions on the network. Miners are rewarded for their computing work with Bitcoins. These miners are essential to the ecosystem, providing the security needed to transact with Bitcoin without requiring involvement from governments or central banks. Hut 8's sole focus is Bitcoin. As a publicly traded company, Hut 8 provides investors with a safe and secure way to invest in the currency by purchasing Hut 8 shares through your investment advisor or online brokerage. Through an exclusive North American partnership with the Bitfury Group, the world's leading full-service blockchain technology company, Hut 8 received Bitfury's BlockBox data mining center and the latest ASIC chips, providing a complete turnkey service. Hut 8's facilities are fully funded and access low-cost electricity, reducing a major cost associated with mining. With Hut 8, investors avoid the need to wire money offshore, create online wallets, and store their Bitcoin. Hut 8 is your simple and secure way to invest.
Why not invest in the thing that's creates the Bitcoin?
I know. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, hut8mining.com. What a company, what a story. Andrew is a friend of mine. He's on YouTube and he's on my Instagram and my Facebook and all that. And I talk to him all the time. They're available for Canadians to purchase, anyone to purchase in the stock market, so get on them. Hut 8 Mining, it is the future, and they're going to be pumping on a lot more than people realize. Now, on this website, Fiat Leak, you've got a stock ticker up top here of all the different currencies, and they kind of run along. If you click on one of them, other than Bitcoin, you can actually see what it's doing around the world too. So it kind of tracks everything, not just Bitcoin. So you can see if we click ADA, for a Cardano, it'll kind of run here and we'll see where it's going. So it'll show you where in the world. The flags get a lot less. You got Canada, US, Europe, Korea, Thai, and Indonesia, and that's it. You see, so there's not a lot of usage on that currency. You can even see how it's so much smaller in a worldwide acceptance, just automatically. You see that, guys? See what I'm looking at? Let's look at the BAT token.
How about Litecoin? Let's see that one.
Sure, I'll show you that one. 3 areas: USD, Euro, and Korea. That's it.
Wow.
You see? So that shows you how small these projects are. There really isn't a lot of adoption on a lot of these coins, and they're kind of like, we see the brands, we see the names, but no one's using them. So don't get all fooled into the hustle.
$1.25.
There we go. Hi. can I get another one of those?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Whatever these guys need. You guys need something?
Yeah, you guys all good in here?
Okay.
Sure, I'll have another one. And it,
So there you go. Binance Coin is only in America. Only Americans are using a heavy amount of that stuff. No wonder they opened Binance USA up, right, as an exchange. But look at that. You can see that the United States is the only place on earth that has any kind of volume of what's going on with
is
Binance
that
Coin.
B&B, really?
Yeah. Let's see Dash.
Pretty weird.
That's awesome.
Let's look at the Dash Coin. There you go. Canada, United States, Euro, Korean, and something with a V. What's
That's
V?
Venezuela, I believe.
Vietnamese dong.
Me.
You got the Vietnamese dong in your mouth?
Yeah.
I had no idea it was called the dong. That's awesome. And the South Korean won. All right. So and the euro, of course. So that's it. 5 only on the Dash. And look at America. America buys a lot of Dash. Dash is a really good coin. Dash is a really good project. They have been around a long time, and a lot of people use them. That's the utility coin, guys. That coin is being transacted like cray-cray all day long in America.
Digital
It's a good
cash.
one. Yeah, it's digital cash, and it's instant settlement. So if I send you money right now, bang, by the time I hit send on the phone, right away, less than 1 second, boop, your phone lights up and you got the money with Dash. It's that fast. There's no waiting. There's no lag. There's no it'll be there in 20 minutes. It's there now. Okay? And I say that jokingly because some of these projects, for those of you that don't know, move a little slow. Like Bitcoin takes a 15-minute window and stuff like that to kind of fully process. So just keep that in mind.
This is a little bit unfair because a lot of the people that are using Binance and what have you doesn't necessarily, unless they're tied into the Binance to see where everybody's from, they don't know. You know what I mean? They can see that people are buying it from Binance, but they're not going to know if they're Canadian or if they're what country they're from. You know what I mean? So I would have to say that there's probably a little bit of information missing from this, and
I would agree.
that there's a little bit more Canadians buying on there as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Can't be quite super accurate. Hey, come on in. Welcome. How are you? Good. Grab a chair and snuggle in. What's your name? Ken, I'm Jen.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
You meet before?
No,
Okay. You new?
Kevin, nice to meet you.
Do you do cryptocurrencies now? Do you have some? Not yet? Still new? Cool. Well, come on in and learn some stuff with us then. So right now you can see that EOS is in British pounds, US dollar, euro, Korean won, the Turkish lira, and the Japanese yen. So all those countries are participating in EOS. So what did Kevin want to see? He wanted to see, there's news on here too, by the way. This site's so cool. Look, NEO launches blockchain course in St. Petersburg. I recommend you guys taking as many blockchain courses as you can. Stellar's burning 55 billion XLM was a bad idea. I told you guys that. We just talked about that 2 weeks ago. I thought that was retarded. As soon as we get to Litecoin, if it does show us on the top here, I'm going to hit it for you guys. You can see how it's doing. So what does it say? New feature. Click display below to map the filter and the transaction. You see it. Stream to see additional details about each transaction. You can pause the stream as well. Oh, there's a pause button. And then let it rip. Cool. Thank you. All right, Litecoin. Let's see. Kevin want to see this. Look at this. So Canada, right there. Canada, Britain, Poland, United States, Euro, Korea, Turkey, Thailand. Yeah, Thai the baht. The Indonesians, the Australians, and the Vietnamese are all up in the Litecoin. Check that out. So you can see what countries participate in that grant. Okay. Let's look at Bitcoin Gold. How many people know about that one? BTG. USA, Euro, Korean, Turkey, and what is that one again? Indonesian. So that's it. Not that many people around the world get involved with Bitcoin Gold as much as the other ones. Bitcoin SV, that one's been going off. Let's see who cares about that one. $106 right now on the Bitcoin SV. United States, Euro, Korea, and Turkey. There you go. Look at that. That's kind of a neat way that sends out. Does anyone in the room have any Bitcoin SV? Nobody? It's not a bad one. Some of the players in the Bitcoin space are saying that it's better to hold a little bit of SV and Bitcoin Cash because the values of those coins are much less. The lift on them is going to be much more, and their actual availability and accessibility is a little easier to come by and things like that. So keep that in mind, okay? And you're able to, and they move a lot quicker than the actual Bitcoin itself. So for whatever reason, they're not leaving, and they're here to stay, okay? Let's look at DGB, Digibyte. Digibyte's less than a penny. Look at that, it's not even 1 penny. It's so cheap. It's in Canadian, Britain, United States, and Europe. And Digibyte was a very popular, but look at, there's very, very little trading there. Negligible, nothing really coming through. So it also gives you some gaining here. So Bytum was 12% up right now. Let's look at Bytum. So it's all in USD Tether. It also differentiates between US dollar and then US dollar Tether. And do you guys know what the US dollar Tether, does everyone understand what that is? So the US dollar Tether is a cryptocurrency that is pegged at the US dollar value, and it doesn't fluctuate, it stays steady. And then what you can do inside your exchanges is you can sell different types of your currencies over to US dollar Tether, and you can hold at a steady US dollar and not have any fluctuation of marketplace on those other cryptocurrencies. So it's kind of like you can kind of step in to an opportunity, roll within the brand, then you can step off and kind of stay on your US dollar and wait. And then you can go back in the market again like this, and then come back to that US dollar. So it's a good landing spot. It's like a tadpole for a frog, and it allows you to go this way, make a play, and then come back and be steady on your money and not lose or fluctuate with the market. So it's quite an invention. It's also another really good transport for funds. So you can take funds from your exchange house into US dollar Tether, and you can fire those funds over into another app or another exchange and stuff quite simply, quite easily. And the USD Tether coin works off of mostly Ethereum, so it's running really fast, and your sends are really quick, okay? What do we got here? Ethereum, let's have a quick look at that.
Yeah.
Ethereum is more popular, see, than a lot of them. Nothing near
This one that
Bitcoin,
you'll be
though.
able to stake soon.
And look at how many trades are going on here. Very powerful. Look at America again, USD. So we got Canada, we got Russia, we got British pound, we got Poland, we got America, we got the euro, we got Korea, we have got Singapore dollar, we got the Turkish lira, the Thai baht, the Indonesian, the South African rand, the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar, and the Hong Kong dollar. All of those are paired against Ethereum. So I know a lot about Forex trading, especially since I've been involved lately. When you're paired like that, and we'll use that as only an example, but we're pairing Ethereum with those countries like that of economy and their currency, this is really cool stuff, okay? And eventually we're going to be able to be trading based on that in a minute. Right now we can't, but eventually we'll be able to. And once that comes in about you guys, I'll show you some really cool moves. But anyway, for the most part, you can see what countries care about that type of currency, right? And it's interesting to see how we didn't even see Africa anywhere until now, right? And we've got this South African rand, and they're all over Ethereum. So Ethereum is a powerhouse coin, and it is running fast like Bitcoin. Look how much activity this guy's having. So you're always going to be good sitting in Ethereum as an investment type idea, okay? So when you think, Jan, can I buy the Ethereum coin and just hold that like an investment idea? The answer is yes, you can. And would you think, is it a good idea? Yes, it is. Is it ever going to be worth bazillions? Probably, because it is the #2 coin in the world, and it is also given birth to a tremendous amount of other projects around the world. My cloud app runs on the Ethereum coin that was developed in Canada by a Canadian. Vitalik is a Canadian boy, okay? So keep that in mind. We have some product here in the cryptocurrency space that Canada has had a major footprint of developing the whole entire world's ecosystem.
Ethereum is going to get rid of a lot of the middlemen.
Oh, the middlemen are gone already. The middlemen are out of here. Let me give you my card too. Okay, so this is the part where we go around the room a little bit and just ask someone a question about what they're into and why they're into cryptocurrency and why they even came out tonight. Just anything. So let's start with you. Your name?
Ricky,
Ricky, and why did you come out tonight? What is it that you're mainly interested in?
I want to know the process how we can join this game.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you want to acquire cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you everything you want to know, okay? I'll work with you one-on-one because it takes a little bit of sitting down. You got to have the laptop and all that. But you come and see me and we'll sit one by one and I do what the other guys are ready and I'll show you the moves, okay? You got it. You met the right guy. Go ahead and tell everyone your name and then tell us what you're into with crypto.
My name's Patrick.
Patrick, yep.
Kind of everything. There's almost too much to just say one thing that I'm into.
But the whole space, you're intrigued by it?
Oh, absolutely. Every time I come to, I come with questions and then I leave with more questions, but ones I'll ask next time I come around,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So yeah.
Good. It's deep. It's a deep subject. It really is.
It's just growing and stuff.
It is very much growing. Yeah. It's not going to stop, guys. It's like the music business of the 90s. It's just going to be catapulting like crazy. It's the computer business. It's big. It's really big.
In a way, it feels like being exposed to the stock market back in the days when the dude used to have to go up to the
With the papers?
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
changed. Like we're getting in on
Things
this.
are moving
Yeah.
so quick. Yeah, and they
learning
really
about that
are.
whole thing before the rest of the world does. So.
And look at those guys now. Now they're not even down in the pit anymore. So
No more pit.
no more pit.
No more pit.
Yeah.
Corey, tell us what you're into, what you like about crypto.
Oh, I'm just trying to get back into it, see what's new and exciting here. Been doing some other stuff lately, so
Cool.
trying to see what's all new and exciting in this
In the crypto sphere.
fast-changing world here. Yeah.
What about you, Rob?
Oh, I just came and seen what's new now. I haven't been here for a while, so.
Good. Okay, good. Kev, what about you? What are you into?
Love it all.
Yeah?
Airdrops, mining, you got.
Chris, what are you into?
My name's Chris. I've been in the crypto space for quite a while now. I'm into the space because it's a better financial tool than what the financial system hasn't changed in a couple centuries, and this is something new. It's something that is the internet is allowed to challenge the financial system, and it's better for the world.
It really is. It really is. Your name again? Ken? Anything about crypto that's got you impressed or intrigued?
Just trying to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a wallet yet or anything on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you rolling with?
I think the one that I use is Mycelium.
Mycelium? Okay. Yeah, that was a good one. That has no username and stuff to it. It's a handy one. It moves fast. Yeah. I can help you with some more apps and things like that. So because you're new into the system, so let me help you, and I'll show you some different things that you can get on your phone, and why and stuff like that too. Okay. Okay. Gonna log in here. This thing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, better than getting hacked, brother.
That's right.
That's okay.
That's right.
Look at that one that just happened the other day. What was that? Upbit? No. Hop? Yeah.
Yeah.
Upbit? Yeah.
48
Looks like it was another inside job, but
That website's a pile of shit.
there's only two types of exchanges. There's one that has been hacked and one that will be hacked. So the bigger you make the honeypot, the more hackers are going to try and hack it.
Oh yeah. All right. So what am I showing you guys? I'm showing you the back end of this company called CashFX. And why am I showing you that? Because you guys like to see what I'm up to, and I'm up to this. So CashFX is called Cash Forex Group. Now, Forex is the trading of currencies around the world, and it happens every day based on our economy. It goes off. There's a certain amount of US dollars that are happening, Japanese yen that's happening, UK dollars that are happening, and this stuff is flying on around the world. And now to keep up with that and to make money off of that, you need to have bots. You need to have AI bots running on a website and trading the money at a rapid rate, like doing 2.5 million trades in a day, that kind of rapid. So you guys have a little number to go with your head. So none of you can do 2.5 million trades in a day. Not even all of us ganged up and ran the laptops together could we do that. It's impossible, okay? So the bots are doing 2.5 million trades a day, and they're taking over the exchanges out there. And the exchanges themselves are welcoming it because they make a high rate of commission off the bots. If I went on there, I could probably pull off 2,500 trades in a day, and they would only make that much commission off of me at the trading house. But if I attach my bot to the website, they can make 2.5 million trades off of me. They make that much more commission on every sale and every trade that I'm doing. So you can imagine why a lot of these trading houses are welcoming bots to come on in and actually be part of what they're doing. And a lot of people say, why would they do that? Why are they allowing these bots? And this is why, because the companies that actually have the exchange house actually makes more money. So it's smart for them. It's advantageous. So I've been in the space 2 years. Nothing like this has ever shown up. Nothing quality. There's been Ponzi's and bullshit stuff all the fucking time, but there hasn't been anything good quality. These guys are good quality, okay? So what these guys are doing is they're taking your Bitcoin that you're holding in your wallet doing nothing, or you're just waiting for the market to grow like most people, and you're putting it in here into packages, and they're called growth packages. And what happens is they take the funds that you give them and they go and they put it into the bot, and the bot goes to the Forex market and it trades the money all day for you. You don't have to know anything, you don't have to touch nothing. And then every Saturday, it gives you your profit dump. And every Saturday, you get a dump of profit from the activity of the week. And it's very nice for the average person that doesn't want a lot of noise, doesn't want to know a million things, and doesn't want to learn a whole other thing to do, where they can put in a little bit of funds and make a little bit of money. Okay? Now, the way the packages work is they will accumulate your money till you go double. So if you put in $300, you're going to go double to $600, and then you get out, you get your Bitcoin back for you, and then you can come back again and make another package. You can do the $500 one, the $1,000, and they've got a few, and I'll show you what they look like, okay? They're different plans. Part of why this website's so cool is because of the education that comes with it. They have a lot of education. So you can learn about the whole Forex trading market while you're participating in this. And they made the price point very cheap so that anybody that I know can afford to try this out and see how they like it and get used to being a small investment type person, okay? So $300 US is your first one, and you become your first pack. You can go to 500, 1,000, 2,000, then it goes up to 5,000, 10, 20, and then it goes 30, 50, and 100K, okay? Now, all of this is going on with your Bitcoin, and it is locked in. It's not something you can just go and then take out. You have to commit. Okay, I got one here going. Yeah, you can get me one if you want, though. Grab me one. And so these are commitments that you're going to do, and these are kind of money growth commitments. So what does that look like in real life terms? And what's the real skinny? Well, here's how it looks. You get your Bitcoin from your cash. You put it into this website. You sign up. You give a KYC, which is some documentation, your driver's license. You create an account just like you would at the bank. Then you put in your funds into them just like you would at the bank. They send you a statement. They send you an email letting you know where everything is. And then they go and they take that budget and they go and they start to trade that in the currency market, not in crypto. It has nothing to do with crypto. Even though they take the money in on Bitcoin and pay it back in Bitcoin, the actual activity of the company is based on currencies. So they're trading the major market currencies. Yeah, Forex market. And they're only allowing your account to get to double, and then you have to exit. You have to exit your account, close it, cash out, and you have to come back to the company for another package. That's how they work it there. It's very cut and dry, okay? I call it cut and dry. So Jan, how long is my 50 grand inside the bubble and I can't touch it? Well, average 2 months right now. It's about 2 months of activity and trading, and your 50K is doubled in 2 months. So 8 weeks, excuse me. Yeah, so 8 weeks, right? So now you know. So that's what we're averaging right now. And how is it coming to me? Where is the money? Where's the money part? The money comes on Saturdays. So you give them your 10 grand, it goes into your account, into your float, and then your accumulated value comes in every Saturday. And that incremental Saturday is tracked by the website, and it's also dropping into your Bitcoin wallet so you can see it, feel it, touch it, and then that's how it's working. So let me show you the back end where I'm logged in. So when you log in, this is what you get.
You're making like 12% a week, 50%.
Yeah, it's 12%. Yeah. So it's 12%. So fast start, the trading pool, uni level, there's a matrix, there's balance, request your withdrawals, and your withdrawal status. You've got your different, uni-level reporting and stuff like that. Here's all your resources. You've got webinars, TVs. Look, it comes in English, Spanish, French, Hungarian, Polish, Portuguese, Chinese, Korean, and a few other languages too. I can't remember all of them here, but all of the data in here is in multilingual, okay? Then you have your account. You can get your subscription. You can change your Bitcoin wallet. You set up your two-factor authentication. It gives you full statement on your payment history. Let's go look at mine, because I just opened this thing. There you go. There's my first item. I purchased my pack, and there it is on my statement, so it's nicely organized. Okay? And then what's cool is the Academy. You get to learn at your own speed. Thank you. And you get to learn, thank you. Is that tequila? Tequila. You get to learn at your own speed. I'll put a little water in there. And you get to learn all about the Forex market, and you get to learn about the tools and what goes on and how to trigger candlesticks and what Fibonacci does and a bunch of other cool stuff. So you get different modules, and they serve them to you, and then you get your course overview, and they're all in here too. So it's actually really nice how they're doing it, and they're adding more courses all the time. So you got a whole course load that you can learn and stuff, and it's all included in the system. Okay, so it's really nice. The website is really cool. I'm going to click on something else so you guys can see.
How do they get paid?
How does who get paid?
Is there fees on that money that you put in, or do they just make it by using your money?
Yeah, they make it by using the money. You got that part, right? Let me see the trading pool. Let's get on this. Let me get the faster page. Capital, okay, trading pool. Let's see if that's the one I want. Where's my dashboard? Here's how it's organized, so you can see all the people that are under me too that I've joined. So 3 people have joined there, and they've made this much percentage so far. So they've made 2.45% a day, 1.77% a day, and 2.33% a day on their accounts. And I have 3 accounts under me, right there. And actually, no, this is how much the account has made each time. So these are your payments. You've made $8 American, $6 American, $8.58 American. It's on a small amount of money. You see $350 traded, so it's not very much of a budget, right? If this is 10 grand, it's a lot more. Just so you know that. But I just have 500.
Adds up, you get more and more referrals.
Of course it does. You bet it does. Yeah. And I'll show you the dashboard. So it's a little bit gamified too. You've got the bear and you've got the bull. So have a look here. So here it shows me how much is in my account has been financed. It shows you my status and my leadership rank. It shows you my bull capital, and it shows you my bear capital. I've received $10 in my bear side. I've received $75 in my bull, and I've received $8 in commissions on my levels. So it's very nice to track, and you can see how that works. And then here you have your 2 things. You have your bear and your bull side. So on that side is the elemental circle there on the left. And then on the right is my daily trading and my force matrix, and it's up here 17, you see? So as more people join, these things grow, 7%'s there, 17 here, and then they end up going to 100%, and then I get bonuses as well. And same thing down here. Right now I'm at 24%, and it grows. Once it gets to 200% and the money's doubled, then it wants me to upgrade, and there's that green upgrade button, and you can upgrade to the next package after that. So I'll go from a $500 package up. My guy that's with me, he's got a 500 pack too, he's there. And then your different ranks that matter, and you get different points for that sort of stuff too. So some of it is a little gamified, which I really like, and I also like the back end here is really nice and clean, and they're very communicative on the emails and all that kind of stuff. So it's really nice, and it's nicely done. So I'm using this system right now, and this is kind of like the retail system that I participate in, and that I show my friends, and that we're just started. And we just got back from Panama. We just met the owners. We just went to the head office. We just feel comfortable sharing this with our friends. We're just comfortable now. We did not sell it before because we didn't know anybody in the company. We did not know if it was real. We didn't know a few of the things that we wanted to know. So Dano is my partner. He's gone all the way to Panama. He met everybody, and we're feeling very secure about this company. And it is a worldwide thing. So if you're a network marketer a little bit and you like to go online and stuff like that, you can make good money marketing and stuff. Go ahead.
So just because I know you, I don't have to do the KYC?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah?
Is that how it is?
Well, I don't know. It seemed like it the other day. I logged in and it's like I was confirmed.
Good.
And so I went to try to do a deposit, right? And it redirects you to whatever site.
Whatever package you want, you have to pay with.
No, like BitPay or
BitPay,
Go
yeah.
or something like
Did
that.
you pay?
right?
Did you pay yet? Or did you
I
put
didn't
something
pay
in?
it.
Okay.
'Cause I'm like, I should have KYC, shouldn't I? Or maybe just because I know Jan, I'm okay. I don't know.
You won't have to do that until you have to export funds. That's
To
why.
withdrawals.
Okay.
Till withdrawal time. So let's talk about that too. So a lot of the KYC matters on withdrawals, not on adding. Like they'll take your money in all of these websites like a motherfucker. They'll take all your fucking money. But when you want it back, when you want it out, this is the sticky part. This is where the honey is on your shoes.
But is it really?
And they don't want you to go. Right? And they want that money in there. And this is why KYC is so important. And I'm going to say something right out of the get-go here, okay? If I tell you it's good to sign up there, I did it, okay? That's why. And if I'm signed up there and I gave my driver's license, then I'm saying it's okay for you too, okay? And I'll tell you number 3. If you don't sign up properly and you want to be a weirdo like that, then don't cry later when they hold your funds ransom, okay? If you want a good, clean relationship with a company and a structure and a website and it's holding your financial freedom, then don't be an asshole and don't be all weird like that. Give them your ID, be legit, but ask me first, do your homework too. I can't tell you every website's legit, but let's just do the homework. But if it is, then don't be afraid to have a good quality profile and a good quality sign up. Don't be afraid, okay?
And make sure you do your 2FA like it was shown
Yep.
there.
Get your security down, ladies and gentlemen. You want to use your Google two-factor authenticator app on your phone, and you want to have that 6-digit code to log into all your Exchange products. All your Exchange websites all have it, and most of your apps in your phone have it.
Yep.
Most of the apps don't ask you for the 6 digits till when you want to send money.
Send
Kevin,
your-
I'm going to send you some coins. Okay, Jan, send them. As soon as I go to send, my app wants the code. It will not let any money out unless I have the code. Do you get it?
A lot of sites too also now won't let you trade unless you put that in.
That's right.
Or if you have also a trading password, because if somebody does get your
Yep.
credentials, they could log in and start trading away.
Trading
from
your
you.
funds away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible. So it's great. And I like the 2FA.
KuCoin has that.
I like having the control over my funds.
And use two-factor authentication, not SMS, because you can get SIM
SMS
swapped.
can be
And
SIM
not-
swapped and
and
hacked too.
not Authy or
Yeah.
Authy's crap
or-
too.
no,
Email.
it's
That
crap.
password holder is crap. All that shit's crap. 2-factor is the best right now. So, more to that. Keep your phone secure. Keep your password on your phone. Keep everything secure. Have a backup binder. Have your passwords written down. Have them in the safe. Have your wife have the combo because you're flying to Hong Kong and your phone might go in the toilet. Like, think about this stuff, right? You might need Bitcoin in the middle of Hong Kong. I don't know. Example only, right? But these are things you got to think about. Anything to do with this stuff is money. Treat it like a bank account. Treat it like security, and treat it with respect. Treat it with respect from the beginning, because that's how you want to, how you want to win in this space. Okay. And if you're gonna participate in cryptocurrency and actually build some lift and some value, then don't do it shoddy. Don't come at this with a crappy attitude, right?
Just get some more.
Do it right or don't do it.
Yeah, do it right or stay home, right? So I encourage you all of you out there that want to do a little money growing, to talk to me about my Forex stuff, because I will help you. I'll help you listening. I'll help you watching. A bunch of you have been watching me on Facebook, and you guys want to get involved. Let's go. Let's have some meetings. Let's have some coffees. I'll show you the software up close and personal. I'll show you my gains. I'll show you why I did it. And I'll tell you more of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to build wealth. I'm trying to build capitalism. I'm trying to take some Bitcoin and double it. I'm trying to get more money for my money. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going for 3 more years. I'm going to keep trying little things. And I'm not spending the farm. I am not spending the farm. I am just dabbling. I am dabbling, and my friends are worried about me, and thank you for worrying about me, and keep worrying about me, all of you, and I'll worry about you too. I mean that though. But know that I'm just dabbling. I don't have my life savings in this stuff, but I'm dabbling to basically play the game, like you said. Where do we play the game, right? What's the point? What's the amounts? So here's some more stuff. I feel safe and risky throwing around $1,000 US at things. I feel safe there. I'm not going to come in 2 weeks and cry to you guys and pass me some napkins because I lost $1,000 on the cloud wallet, just so he knows. I'm not going to cry. I'll take my lumps, I'll take a little kick in the ass, and I'll keep moving because I'm dabbling. I'm not I'm not marrying these companies. You're not marrying that Nash exchange, but you love them. I'm not marrying Cash FX, but I love them. I love the concept. I trust them. I'm taking on the risk, and I want to give it a shot. And I like it like that. So keep the mindset in mind on that. But you're in, you're out, you're with these guys for a while, then you're on to something else. And here is the beauty. There are going to be millions of projects before we're dead. There's going to be so many.
When I started, there was a couple hundred. Now there's 6,000.
You got it. It's like wine. It's like chocolate. It's like food. It's like, how many ways have they made pizza on planet Earth by now?
Well,
You can call the phone book for pizza, and 27 places will bring it different.
Yeah.
But it's all pizza.
Yeah.
It's all crypto. But there's 27 kinds. You remember that, okay?
Eventually, the whole world will be digitalized. So every company will have their shares will be eventually digitalized shares.
The dude from Binance said that someday every company will have their own cryptocurrency coin for their own economy, and they'll pay their staff with
Canadian
it,
government
they'll pay
is
their
making
bills
it
with it, it will convert it to some other way through the blockchain or an atomic swap, and we'll have this crypto conversionization happening and digital money moving around.
If you think about it, it's already been happening for a long time in the game.
It is. It's just
in
broken.
In the gaming industry, there's been multiple games where I have bought tokens for that game to use those tokens in that game. Just like the real world, we'll have Walmart will have their tokens, Home Depot will have their reward tokens. And
Just think of Second Life.
That game
That's
too.
a prime example.
How about we even go even more layman's terms and think about the casino right outside these doors? What happens if you want to go play the blackjack? What happens? Sir, put your dollars on the table and let me give you the chips.
Token.
here's the long.
Here's your tokens. Here's your crypto. Here's your coins, right? And what do they give you? They give you a little pile of the house money. We'll call it house money, okay? You don't go home and pay for gas with those chips. You don't go to Petro Canada and throw them a Cowboys casino chip and get a tank of gas. They're like, they fuck you, buddy. Where's your cash, right? Where's your credit card, right? But here in the casino, that's money. That's gold. All of a sudden, think of it the same way.
Or how about the longest Canadian stable coin there is, the Canadian Tire money?
Yes.
It's been a stable coin since 1956.
Even my Popeyes supplements went digital recently. They used to give me Popeyes Canadian Tire money lately because they get protein and all that, and they just went digital now. So cool. I'm going to go tomorrow for Black Friday and load up. But I'm excited about it. But now I used to have a whack in my Apple Bowl of all these dollars in there, right? And now it's all digital again. And they're out of Edmonton, and I had Daniel call them because I want to turn the Popeyes money across Canada into a cryptocurrency. It'd be so brilliant for them.
Yeah.
It'd be a perfect upgrade. That's the other thing. We're not even scratching the surface. So many companies are going to want to become cryptofied at a later date. You won't even believe it. And I'm going to create a whole business model still to do that. Like, I'm not done yet. Eventually, I'm going to have a really nice office downtown. Chris is going to have a desk there. Some of these guys are going to come hang out. We're going to have a beautiful receptionist. No, we're going to have a beautiful receptionist. Rob's going to come and hang in the lounge, have his favorite coffee.
Receptionist.
And we're gonna have like a blockchain embassy in downtown Calgary. I'm not done yet. And then in that place, we're gonna have investments and things and stuff and
Everything in the real world.
You got it.
Education.
You got
Education.
it. Education and also business, because companies are gonna want to light up with crypto, and we're gonna be the consultants for them. Because we've been in this space for years at that point, and we know so much about all of it, where to go for all the answers and solutions. We're going to be the best organization to basically bring crypto to business, and that's still 2, 3, 4 years from now. I can't even tell you what the consulting contracts are going to be like when we actually get into that flavor. We're going to be some of the most brilliant people in Canada to help companies immerse in this space.
And there's multiple different ways to help.
Massive.
You don't have to be a developer. You don't have to be huge into the tech field about it. And help educate people. Talk to your family about it. Let them know that there's books out there now that never used to be out there before. There's books out there now that will show you why Bitcoin is what it is. Even reading just the white paper itself explains to you enough why this is so much better than any financial system that we've ever had.
Absolutely.
I wanted to tell you guys about my little wallet. So people think this is a Ponzi and all that sort of stuff, and they can do what they want. I get it. I get the hate.
Well, most shit in the world is a Ponzi. You know, it's a pyramid of some aspect. It's how much you trust the guy that started it.
Correct. And I trust this guy a lot. He talks to me on Facebook. He's so far and big from me, and he talks to me on Facebook, and right there, it just makes me fall in love with that. So what Cloud 2.0 is, and it's all in the App Store, and I encourage all of you guys to download it and try it, is your new wallet. It's perfect for a brand new cryptocurrency person to the space. It's perfect for an everyday user, and it's perfect for anybody holding crypto already. It's the perfect answer on every front right now, as far as my opinion is concerned. Why? Because it gives us a wicked, excellent super wallet to do business out of and transact with and hold in. And it also gives us Jarvis AI, the tech bot that trades the currency I'm holding inside of Binance for me, which I got no time to do in my real life. I have no time to set up those accounts, and I have no time to sit there and trade my cryptocurrency into more money. So I can just put it in this app, give it to Jarvis, let it do its thing, and I get these dividends back in my app every morning when I wake up. I get a fresh new pile, and I'm a happy guy. Like, that is a dream, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. It's a dream to be able to have your money make you money like that. And I will say that the Cloud Token Wallet is the first on planet Earth that has utility and a full ecosystem and 1 million members already. It's the only one like itself. There's so many ideas of such in a little parcel or packet, but this is the only one that's fully encompassing. So within the ecosystem, you can hold, you can build gains, and you can actually create value. You've got things you can buy, hotels with the coins. You can pay for grab cars and shares. You have a data plan that you can pay for your SIM card for all of the world. You can have. He just went to Hong Kong. He could have been rolling on his SIM card and not have to pay for nothing, no data, nothing. You get all kinds of perks. You get a payment card that's worldwide and it's on tap. You get a MasterCard for liquidity. No other apps, no other companies have a MasterCard for liquidity. They talk about it, but they bullshit. The Cloud has it. I have it in my wallet at home. Actually, I have the actual MasterCard. So I love it. And I want to say this, it's still brand new. It's still the beginnings of something. It still has 36 months more of development, and I'm on for the ride. Ronald, the owner, is my Steve Jobs of Asia right now. He's my baby boy, and I love what he's doing, and I'm in the Cloud Token Wallet big time. I flew to Malaysia. I was a co-host of 10,000 people that came for dinner. You guys can look on my Instagram and stuff for proof. I was there. I met all of the world was there. 150 countries was there. It was like a UN, United Nations meeting at our Cloud 2.0 launch party. And I will say this again, that nobody on planet Earth has been able to pull it off. And Ronald and the team there has been attacked. They've had every psycho come out of the woodwork and attack the project and try to stop it already, and we're not stopping. Those guys are hardcore. They're hardcore, and they're pushing ahead. And there are teams in Vietnam, there are teams in Hong Kong with 400 people marketing it. That's how much in love they are. And here, I can't even get 2 or 3 of my friends interested. And there are teams of 400 people togetherness, and they're out there pumping the shit out of this thing. Like, it's unbelievable. And so the economy in Asia and the rest of the world is different than ours. We're a very high-end economy here. We have lovely banks. We have a great ecosystem. We don't need a lot of crypto. I know that. But if you're not looking at crypto as a mechanism for lift and dividends and growth, then you're looking at it wrong. And that's the key of this. So with Cloud is giving you all that. It's giving you a crypto immersion, it's giving you a wallet, it's giving you security, and it's also giving you dividends. And I think it's beautiful. Plus some perks. You get perks with the travel, you get perks with the data card, and there's more perks coming down the pipe. You can buy plane tickets, you can pay for things, and you're going to be able to buy gift cards with your dividends. So this is what I want to show you. You put your hard money into it, your crypto Bitcoin, it gives you dividends, and you spend the dividends. You leave the hard money working. You never have to touch it. It can stay there making you dividends nonstop, and you spend the soft money, and you leave the hard money working. And with the soft money, you can go on the credit card, you can buy gift cards with it, and all kinds of other perks. So it's a very liquid utility token. And we also have created this thing called Ribbons, which is an OTC, and that allows you to sell your Cloud token for other high-end coins within the ecosystem. So you can sell your Cloud for Ethereum, you can sell it for Bitcoin, you can sell it for Bitcoin Cash. You're basically in control of your own destiny. And that's another thing. Within the app, the money is yours. It's not the company's. It's not Jan's. I have nothing to do with your money. People wrote about me on the internet that I took your money and I took his money and I'm using it. I'm not using anybody's money. These monies go into the app. They are your monies. You belong to them. You can withdraw them. You can cancel. You can put them in another financial wallet or app after. You're not stuck. You're not holding ransom. It's not like they say it is. They're lying on the internet. None of your money is ransom. Everything is what I call fluid or liquid, okay? You can move it around, okay? And keep that in mind. And nothing that Jan has ever had on the podcast or any of my things has I ever take your money. Your money goes into these apps and go into these projects, and those are your responsibilities and your choices. What I do facilitate is the conversion of your fiat money into Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin guy, and I will help you acquire Bitcoin so you can go participate in these things. And that's where I take people's money. That's where the specific spot is where I help you convert Bitcoin, cash dollars into Bitcoin, and then you can go and participate in this stuff. Okay? So now you know that my value there is to help you also participate. There's no company that has the infrastructure, the service system, the applications, and the asset management like these guys. When Ronald first came on the marketplace, he built Jarvis, and Jarvis was the AI bot to trade on Binance. We have the largest account trading on Binance in the world. We have over $250 million worth of Bitcoin in that pool of funds, trading, all togetherness, and all paying out a dividend, all spread amongst the company to 1 million users.
Well, what made you feel more comfortable about these guys than BitConnect or Plus Token?
Good questions. BitConnect and Plus Token are running.
Plus Token just recently.
Yeah. Those guys, what they were doing.
And apparently these guys are from Plus Token.
They're not. There's one consultant that was from Plus Token that came to this company, a consultant, and then they ran negative water around him, just so you know the difference. But he did come to the company as a consultant, but he's not Ronald, and he didn't start Cloud. They brought him over because that other thing failed. Okay, and he had nothing to do with the failure at Plus either. That particular man, he had nothing to do with that. He's one of the clean guys. Okay, just so you know that. Okay. So Plus Token and those guys, what was happening with these other projects is they didn't have a system of income. Okay, the secret is income. Okay, it's cash flow. Do business, no profits. You understand Robert Kiyosaki? So the difference between us is income. Okay, so what BitConnect and Plus Token were doing is they're taking money into one side, right, from the people, and then putting the funds back out on the other side without any real income in the middle. Okay, we have income at Cloud.
But
We are running.
Both companies said that they were doing that.
Correct, but we have it proof and we can show it transparently, and we've shown it to at Cloud. So Ronald has shown the accounts in Binance running with the pooled funds and the outcomes and the profit position and everything. He's shown all that, and he's actually shown how the software splits all the dividends and sends it out to everybody. So he's shown the transparency right down to the nitty-gritty of how the funds are being used and how the profit's actually being made. And I want to say this again, he has profit being made. He has it. It's real. And that's why they're attacking him, and that's why they hate him, is because he's actually created a way to actually make money. He makes it. He makes it for all of us in a really, really grandiose way. Now, where BitConnect said, hey, we're going to go mine, and we're going to make all this money, you know that mining isn't making any profits at all, and you know that it's all falling apart, and then they were paying bills and trying to bring in money in the front door, and they couldn't keep up out the back door, and that's why those companies went under. So it's not just about being a Ponzi, it's about being sustainable, okay? And you know that word. And we're Canadian, we know sustainable. So what's happening is those projects were not sustainable. And what the difference is, this one is. And how do I know? Because I visited them. And how did I visit? I went deep. I took my Canadian ignorance and I asked a million questions like you did, and I went all up in their shit. And I was there 70 engineers wide. That place is open 24/7. It's in the same building as Facebook. All that stuff looks good, but what's happening here? How are we making money? Who's doing the funds? Where's it transacting? Where's it going? And I got deep and they showed me everything. You can't see it, but I saw it all myself. I really did. And they're not lying. They're doing it for real, and they have a plan, and they have a software in place, and a system, and human beings actually building this stuff. So it's very, very cool, guys. Very cool. Again, I couldn't talk like this if I didn't go there. I couldn't be this confident if I didn't see it with my own eyes. And I can quash all the fake news and all the skepticism, all because I visited the place, I was part of their ecosystem, I saw the human beings, I saw everything. If I didn't go, I couldn't talk like this. I just want you to know the difference. I could then just be an assumer, but I'm not assuming because I've actually visited. Okay? Know the difference. So, does that guarantee anything? No. Is it still risky as fuck? Yes.
Well, the whole
I know you love that, eh? Is it? And am I a liar? No. Right there, you got the honest answer from your boy right here. That's why I'm me. And that's why those haters want to hate on me, and Chris loves me because at least I tell the truth. I'm honest. It is risky as fuck. I've been there. But you know what? Try it. Try some stuff. Don't try my shit. Try your own shit, but get involved. Try some stuff and see how you like it.
Always do your own research.
Yeah. Just try it though. Come out to crypto and give it a whirl, because it's a lovely place to make lift and gains. But I'll tell you what I did. I tried a bunch of stuff too, and I lost money, and I trusted the wrong things, and I bought the wrong stuff, and I trusted even human beings that robbed my bank account when I was in Mexico, right? So people even in the tight security and Google 2FA, my own bank account was robbed while I'm in Mexico with Canadian, trickery, right? Just with paperwork and stuff.
My boss has not wanted to get into Bitcoin for the last 3 years. I've been trying. The other day he comes up to me and said, "Chris, I heard about this token." Oh my God, he wanted to go all in on this token, and it was 100% a scam.
Oh, and then you wonder what they believe, eh?
Right? So
my other buddy won't do anything, and then he sends me the same scammy links, and he's like, "Jan, is this real?" And I'm like, "It's not. It's a fucking fake scam."
Scamorama.
I said, "I have the right app for you. Just come over. I'll set you up."
So people, there's scams all everywhere.
How can they believe that hot sauce, though? Hey, Chris, you know what I'm talking about?
He's like, "Man, I only got till tomorrow to put my money in.
The pressure cooker.
and I'll double my money." Like, man, that's got red flags written all over. Why are you even talking to me?
Okay, listen.
Something solid, the top 25, right?
I'm gonna, and I know we're still recording here too. I'll tell you some secret stuff that I've learned in 2 years. Everybody I met wants to double their money. Everybody. My kid, 16 years old. "Dad, I got this Bitcoin. What are we doing with it?"
Why isn't it double?
Yeah.
Why? Oh my God.
Everybody, I'll say it again. Everybody wants to double their money. It's a fucking absolute goal of society. It's a goal of society.
For sure.
And so, when those things come through the email and the text message and this double, come on in, we got you thing, man, people get sucked. It's like a hook from a fish line. Oh, right in the mouth, and they're just like reeling them in, right? And I can't believe it. I never get sucked into that stuff.
I couldn't believe my boss said it to me after 3 years of me giving him the best information possible about Bitcoin. He doesn't want to touch it. He doesn't want to touch it with
Don't give me the good stuff.
Right?
Give me the scams.
But he calls me, "Oh man, you gotta let me know tonight. Let me know tonight."
So,
I'll let you know.
Huh?
I heard for 2 years everyone wanted to double their money, and I said, I'll find something. I'm looking. I'm finding. I found an answer. It's only one, but I'm solid with it, and I'm trusting it, and this one does work. The CashFX package in the program is absolutely a machine for that purpose. It's a 2 times machine, clean, checkout at the end, just like a hotel. "Thank you, sir. Bye-bye, you. Come back again."
And what do you
the
think,
way you like it. Easy.
What do you think from each stage? You think
Each jump?
2 months?
No, let's talk about it. So people said to me, "Well, I started $500. How do I get to 1,000?" Well, you double it, but on your exit, there's a little bit of commission that you pay on your exit, because that's how this stuff works.
Right.
Everything has that. Everything in crypto has that. So to go to your next phase, you're going to add a little bit of your own currency in some cases, okay? If you're not going to run your marketing. If you do the marketing of your link and stuff like that, then the company will pay you commission, and they will move you to the next thing. So it's you can self-move yourself, okay, self-funded, or you can do some marketing and promotional work, and the company will carry you and fund you too. Does that make sense in layman's terms nicely? Yeah. So you got 2 options there. You can push the wheelbarrow yourself, and you can also have them help you, and it's up to you. But all of these packages are doubling, so they're all designed to double. And you're going to see more and more of this concept of doubling come out in the marketplace and entice you. This is what the world wants. Society wants it. So don't be alarmed. Remember tonight, remember this podcast, remember this video. You're going to see more of money doubling attraction, money doubling opportunities. Be skeptical as fuck.
It's just like
Go
the guy,
at
just
it
like the guy that calls
with
you
the
and says,
magnifying glass.
"Please
Call
go to the
me.
police station."
Yeah, call me. Call the police. Call your friends. Send a link to me. Show your people around you. Hey, have you heard of this? Okay, I'm listed on Google Maps right now for Bitcoin workshops. We have the phone number on there. We have the address. We have the website. We're legit, and we are. We're a nonprofit. We're a teaching thing here. That's what we are. We're on the phone book. Okay, they call me. I got women that are sending $10,000 of Bitcoin to some man in a romance situation. And they're yelling at me, "Where am I?" Because they want to give me this money yesterday to get this Ponzi scam going. And I'm like, "Slow down, lady. I'm not doing it, and I won't. I've told people on the telephone I will not convert their cash for them because I've told me what they're doing with it, and I don't want to give the energy to that scam because it's bad. And this is going on around the world. And on Instagram, they're like, send me 500, send me 1,000, I'll get you set up, blah, blah,
Send
blah.
me one, Ethan, we'll send you 10 back.
Correct, yeah. And all of that shit is bullshit, okay? Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. It is, okay?
If you send nothing to get nothing back, it's bullshit.
It is bullshit. Now, there are bots out here, and if you know people like me, you can get involved with them too. And you can be on the wholesale end of this, and this is retail here. So you're looking at a retail system that's taking in money in the front door, doing a decent business model of it, going and making bacon for the customers, coming back with the money, giving it to you professionally, out the back door, you're good, you're happy. Like that's going on here. But they're doing wholesale trading that you're not seeing here, and you're not touching, you're not feeling, because you're busy and you don't need to. You don't give a fuck, let them do what they're doing, and then they'll give you the money on Saturdays kind of thing, right? There's another way to do this with it's more hands-on, and I can teach all of you, especially Chris, you probably want to do this with me. But I'll give you the more hands-on approach to the Forex thing, and I'll show you some stuff. You gotta come to my place, but I'll show you what I got going on, and I encourage all of you to come over and see what I'm up to. But I actually do my own Forex stuff aside from this retail product, and I do it in a more wholesale fashion. And some of you may enjoy that, and some of you may enjoy the hands-on experience.
Oh yeah.
And part of my wholesale division, we actually bonus your accounts. So when you join these retail ones, they're kind of taking your money and saying, thank you, Charlie, and you're in your square. Some of the ones I'm working with, you get extra bonus. So if you bring in, XYZ, you get another 25% on top, house money, more chips to play with, right? So some of those are very lucrative, okay? But I want to tell you this, in 2 years, just now, in the last 90 days, have we actually got products and companies that are legit and actually working properly like we've wanted them to. It's taken this long. It's taken this long, gentlemen and ladies that are watching and listening. It's taken at least 2 years since 2017 to actually get into projects that are actually legit and making money. Because most of that stuff, like he mentioned tonight, were all Ponzi's, pipe dream, scammy bullshit. But we had to have those to learn what was crap so that we could have these new projects that are solid.
And they'll never stop. It's just like the government.
They will never stop.
The government pretending to call you every day and saying, hey, we got your information. If you don't go, you're going to go to jail.
Yeah. Every day.
Right? Every day.
Oh yeah. Every day.
You're not going to jail, and you're not going to jail for crypto, you're not going to jail for Bitcoin, none of it's illegal. That's all a big, street scam, bullshit stuff. None of it's illegal. Bitcoin is not even controlled by the government. For all the new people that still don't understand what the hell it is, Bitcoin is held up by you. You are in control of your money. That's why it's so cool. That's why crypto is so cool, because you're in control of your money for once. Nobody can give you rules. The bank has no rules. Your mom has no rules. Your wife, your boyfriend has no rules. No, it's your money. You do what you want, honey. You want to invest? You want to be a risky motherfucker? You want to just bet the farm? It's all you. It's all on you. You're in full control and nobody can stop you. And how cool is that? Show me something else like that. Because right now, you guys already know, you go to work, you have life, you have everything. You know how controlled we are. I don't got to get too deep into it. You know how controlled we are on every bloody aspect of our lives. Go to the bank right now. Go to any bank. I don't care how wealthy you are. I don't care how awesome job you got. Go take out 20 grand for me in cash right now. Go get it. Be at my place by noon tomorrow and see how hard that is. Go try.
Yeah.
Go. Go get 20K out of the bank in cash right now and see what kind of hoops you jump through, what kind of hassle you receive, what kind of stank eye you get from the teller. Just go try it.
Fly over to Europe and here's some Canadian dollar bills.
Go try it. If you can get 20 grand out of the bank in under an hour, I will give you an extra grand just as a bonus. Okay? If you can get 20 grand out of the bank in under an hour, for the average person, I don't mean Corey right here, he's ready. I got this, right? But I mean the average person cannot do that. No, they cannot. Try it. It's pulling teeth from a camel. It's hell. When you need the thing, there's a forward sign. We don't carry that much. The max is 5 grand here today, sir. What do you mean 5 grand? I've got 100 grand in the bank. I'm only allowed to have 5? What?
First of all, you got to get up and go to the bank, whereas right now I can send you.
Oh, of course. You can send me 100 grand right now. I know. That's another beauty of crypto. Crypto puts you in control, and you can send any amount. I did a deal with Rob tonight for $1 million worth of apples from BC, and he came to collect tonight and hang out and have a beer. I could send him that $1 million tonight over beers right now, without a check, without a draft,
32
without
cents.
anybody in the middle. I could give him his money, and he would leave my conversation $1 million up from when we landed. Think about the power of that.
24/7.
And you can do this all night, all day. I could do the same exact send to him on the table right over to Italy. I could send the money just as quick to Italy as I did to him at the table. Think about that.
You can have a business where you have multiple people in multiple different countries, and your pay schedule can pay every single person in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
With no problem having to not exchange any currency.
It's already happening.
For the 15 different countries that you have different employees in.
It's already happening. It really is.
So how are we going to get it back? Like now, it's getting pretty mainstream. You know, that all big things started with decentralized and all that kind of stuff, but everything's getting kind of taken over by the big guys. It seems now. So how's it going to get back?
I think they're just trying to get their share. I don't think it'll never leave us. It'll always be.
Bitcoin, the actual coin, is not regulated. It will never be.
Yeah.
So it will never be. It will always be this rogue value that's out there.
Exactly. Even if they all said no and banned it from us, you could use use a radio transmission, and we could still send Bitcoin.
Yeah,
back.
perhaps.
Still
they're
gonna go
going
on.
to be able to track it and see everything, just like using our Visa. So how are you any more secure or anything? That was.
I don't think
The software is going to become more intelligent.
Yeah, like we said earlier, every single day there's people developing and building new.
The software will become more intelligent,
Just recently,
more data.
A whole bunch of money went into it to try to work on the privacy part of it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to wrap the podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming out for number 99. I love you guys. I didn't think I would do 99 workshops and meetups by this point, but greater, crazier things have happened. Number 100 is next. It should be a party. It should be a Christmas party. We may not do a podcast of that one, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of our show, and we'll see you guys in the next one. It's done. I'll just let this thing rock here too. This can stay on though. I'll leave that on for now.
Hey, Jan, do you want to? I didn't get a chance to talk tonight, but I have some conversation with you.
You want to come up? The camera's on.
You know what? Let's just talk a little bit.
Come on up.
Sure. The biggest question I always get all the time is Chris, how can I get into crypto? It's $10,000 for a Bitcoin. I can't afford a Bitcoin. Well, the truth is, Jan and I know, and a lot of you guys know, a lot of people don't, is there's 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin. So just like the Canadian dollar, how it can break down into 100
million pieces of cheese off the block.
That's right, 100 million pieces. So with that 100 million, there's multiple different ways to get into Bitcoin. You don't obviously have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Me, myself, I've taught my son and my daughter how to do it, and it's worked out pleasantly well for us over the years, especially with all the ups and downs in Bitcoin. We dollar cost average. So we have
say it slower. You're talking fast. Dollar cost average. Yep.
Yeah. So dollar cost average is just a way to keep on putting money into something without without
It's even a tag on
the
Google.
market.
Dollar cost averaging Bitcoin.
So
you can search it
you could go into DCABTC.com.
Yep. Again. DCABTC.com.
We're going to show you guys over the past while. This guy's developed this site to show us if you just dollar cost average into Bitcoin, you are going to be doing more than any other asset.
This goes back to what I said at the very beginning: is that you can just buy Bitcoin and you're already a small investor.
So Jan, if you could put in accumulate and start it, if you could put 1 year in both of those.
So 1 year here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just for the last 1 year, guys, we put $10 in.
No, let's go 1,000.
All right. All right. Let's do 1,000.
Oh, he's doing it like how would he doing every day?
I thought you can do it weekly. So Jan, if you go to repeat purchase.
It says we can.
Yeah, you can do daily, weekly, every 2 weeks, monthly. So, and this will give you an example. And then if you go down to the bottom, please, John, and go down to compare to other assets, we're going to compare it to gold and DJI. DJI is the Dow Jones Industrial, which is about 30 of the top stocks. And then just go up a bit, John. We can just go to the top of the page here. We're going to see here. So in 1 year exactly, you would have gotten 948,000 Satoshis. You would have invested.
No, 948 million.
Sorry, million. You would have invested $53,000 into each one, whether it was gold, Bitcoin, or the DJI. Now, if we look over here, we have the total value. If in just 1 year, you would now have $78,000 worth of Bitcoin, only 54,000 in
Of
gold,
gold.
and only just less than 54,000 in the DGI in this last year. So if you go down again,
You can see the percent over here. Don't forget
Yeah.
your last column. So we
Yeah.
have 47% lift on Bitcoin. We have 2.65 on gold and 1.86 on the
my
DCI.
son is 20,
Okay.
my daughter is
Which
18.
that is for layman's terms fuck all.
Yep.
Right? And 47% is a lot more than fuck
Not
all.
even inflation.
My son and daughter, both young, have made 47%. They were putting their money into a savings account. I said not to.
This is why
I said
there.
buy this.
At his job, he should be cost averaging $500 a week in his savings into Bitcoin, and he would have this kind of outcome. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. The Bitcoin value is 39 grand. The other shit's going to be like 26,000, 27,000. You get so much higher lift.
So this is just the past year. If we change the 1 year to the last 10 years, like I was saying earlier, and Janice said it,
Starting 10 years ago?
Bitcoin has been the best
Let's do 5
asset
years.
class in the last 10 years. But just, yeah, sure, let's take a look at 5 years. And always look at how much better. Look at gold. Gold is down almost 10% in the
It
last
is.
5
It's
years.
down 9% if you do it over 5 years. You're only 1% up on the DJI, and you're up 36% on Bitcoin, man. And that's just buying Bitcoin by itself, doing nothing else, just Bitcoin.
I have one account where I put
This is a great website.
$10 a day into it.
DCA.btc, or sorry, DCABTC.com. Let me write that down.
My son has one account where he's putting $100 in, and he's also got another one where he puts $100 a month into one DCA account, and in his other account he's putting $30 a week into it. Both of them this year has made him way more money than his bank ever would. As you've seen, the 1 year it was 47%. My 20-year-old son made 47% just by dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. With the code that Satoshi has written, it's only going to go up. There's only 21 million. People are constantly losing them, so that 21 million is now probably what? What do you say, 4 million are lost at least?
Yep.
So we're down to 17 million. 17 million that we're going to have. We have the halving and the halvings every 4 years. So the halving,
Coming up in May.
that means that the miners that are creating this Bitcoin for us and also securing the blockchain, that they're going to get half of the rewards that they did this year. Right now, at the cost right now, we've actually had some miners around Canada that have had to shut their doors down because it's more expensive to operate than what Bitcoin's worth right now. So that being said, with the infrastructure that we have and all the money that's put into Bitcoin, this is not something that's going to fail. What's going to happen is the price is just going to go up in order to accommodate the cost of mining Bitcoin. So if you're worried about getting into Bitcoin and you think that you're too late, you're not. You're really honestly not. This is just in the last 1 year, you'll see the growth that I'm making. I'm making...
In 9 years, you would have had 150% growth already. Only 10% in gold in 9 years. Look at that. Look at that growth curve. Look at the Bitcoin curve compared to gold and the DJI below it. They're small and they're cool, but like keep in mind, investing's been around forever. Come back here, Chris. Come back. Investing's been around here forever, but investing in crypto hasn't, and the percentages of lift in crypto are way higher than traditional finance. They're traditional money.
Especially
I
even in
can't
the early
stress it
stages,
enough.
yeah.
And they're building the building blocks right now. Everybody that we're all getting involved in the early days. We're in the early stages still. That's why it's weird. That's why we're disappointed sometimes. It's like it's what's happening. But I'll tell you something. You keep looking at this long term. Let's take another 10-year window on top of where we are today, 2020 to 2030. Have a look. It's going to be bananas.
You know what?
It's going to be massive.
I asked my son and some of my coworkers just to give me 1 year. Just give me 1 year and I can prove to you that it's going to do better than holding your cash in your savings account.
It is.
And I've proven it. Now I have gone a little bit further into that. I'm a long-term guy. I know that I've read so many books. I know that this here, it honestly is the best financial tool that has ever been invented. It's better than seashells, it's better than rocks, it's better than the paper money that we have that hasn't been backed by gold since the 1930s. So we have a fiat currency that is not backed by nothing. This here, it is backed by all of the power and mining equipment that these guys have put into this industry. So there is a backing behind it. These guys will lose all of their money, all of the money that they put into, all of the time they put into it, the electricity they put into it, and people say, oh, well, it's bad electricity. Most of these mining operations are actually using renewable energy.
Yeah.
Wind farms, we have solar farms that are creating this. So I would say to you guys, don't just go for a year. right now we have a halvening that happens every 4 years. What you should maybe be thinking in your head is, how many halvenings do I want to hold this for? Because every halvening, if right now the miners are making 12 Bitcoin every 10 minutes to solve the 10 minutes block, now in that 10 minutes they get 12 Bitcoin. Come May, they're only going to get 6, half of what they were getting before. So that means that they're only able to make half of the money that they were right now, 6 months before. So if some people are shutting down right now, when it comes to May and they're only making half, you can guarantee that they're not going to sell it for a cheap penny. Now there's different areas around the world where electricity and mining Bitcoin is a little bit cheaper than others. Obviously America is a little bit more expensive than Canada, but China is actually the cheapest. China can mine Bitcoin for roughly $4,000 American. So we could go a little bit lower, and all that's going to do is just beat up the guys that we don't need in here. This is a long-term thing. It's not nothing that's going to go away this year or the next year. I think we have infrastructure happening every day. We have the Royal Bank now. Royal Bank of Canada wants to open their own crypto exchange. We have SATE that has last year, which was almost 2 years ago now, that all of their tickets and sort of everything that you earn as a student is now going to be on the Ethereum blockchain. So you will get your diploma and your credentials onto a blockchain that can never be erased or fixed or corrupted by somebody else, because you have a copy, you have a copy, you have a copy, and everybody has a copy on their computer because it's in that blockchain. So as more and more facilities start using this technology, we're going to see complete growth. So my little splurge that I want to have today is don't be worried about the $10,000 Bitcoin. Sure, I didn't get into it when it was $1 or $10 or $100 like I would have, or 1,000, but don't worry about it being 10,000 because it's going to go much higher than that. We're still in the beginning stages. We're only 10 years in. YouTube and Netflix and all these things, they're barely even 10 years old. YouTube just hit their 10-year birthday just 2 years ago. The internet, people still in their houses today still don't have their computer and the internet. So that right there shows you how early we are in the field here. So dollar cost averaging, DCA, BTC gives you an example right back to the beginning of Bitcoin, comparing it to gold and DGI, and we're doing good.
So how are you putting in $10 a day? How do you do that? Yeah.
That's a good question. So right now in Canada, we have 3 exchanges. You can also use Jan. He's got enough to give everybody. So I use 3 exchanges. I use one mostly all the time. It's Bitvo exchange. So it's bitvo.com. Sam, it's in here.
Just tell them the names. That's okay.
Yeah, okay, so we have Bitvo, bitvo.com. They're out of Calgary here. Actually, all 3 that I'm going to give you are out of Calgary. We have Endax.io, it's out of Calgary. And we have bitnational.com.
But like the $10 that you just give.
No,
like
so what I do,
automatic withdrawal from that.
you can set it up that way. What I do, I like to be involved in it every day. So what I do is every payday, I get paid every Thursday.
I'll send you my links for that because I've got a referral link.
Every Thursday, I put $100 into Bitvo, and it's as easy as sending an e-transfer. And nowadays with e-transfer, you can have automatic deposit. So Bitvo has it set up that you just send an e-transfer, and the system automatically deposits the funds into your crypto account with Bitvo. So with it this morning, I did it. Today was Thursday. I did it this morning. I put the money in I sent the email transfer at 5:30 in the morning. By 5:45, I was buying Bitcoin. So it's just that easy. Endax does the exact same thing with the e-transfer, and BitNational is trying to do the same. Now, the other thing with BitNational is they have crypto ATMs all around Calgary. They have over 20 just here in Calgary alone. So with the crypto ATM, depending on what wallet you're using, even most wallets, you can have access to a QR code for your wallet address. So I can go up to that BitNational machine. I say buy Bitcoin. It says, you type in your phone number, you put your phone number in, so it can give you a code, just so it knows that you're a real person, not trying to scam the machine or whatever. Then I scan my QR code, put in my $20, $40, $60, whatever you want to put in. It goes right back into my wallet. So the QR code that I use is actually from my cold wallet, my ledger.
Nice.
So it doesn't go onto an exchange. It doesn't go into anywhere where it's at danger of being stolen from me. It goes directly to my cold wallet, and I have no fears at all. It's so that's at the crypto ATM. Bitbo and NDAX, it's easy to send an e-transfer, and I'm doing the situation like that. So, like I was saying with Bitbo, I put $100 in this morning. So I have two methods. I myself have two methods, is I'm doing a $10 one, $10 a day, and a $30 a week one. So that's why I'm putting in $100. So every Thursday morning, I'll buy $30 of Bitcoin and a $10 Bitcoin. And then just to keep active, every day I go, okay, Google, how much is Bitcoin?
One Bitcoin equals $9,947.21.
So Google's got it attached so that I can have that every day. So I wake up in the morning, I ask them that. I'm getting a ticker actually to my house so that I'm gonna have a flashing thing that says, oh, always telling me how much Bitcoin is. So I find out how much Bitcoin is, then I go to the few exchanges, I see how much it is. If they're a little bit over what the average price is, I put in a buy order for the average price, or a little bit lower than the average price. Usually within a few hours, I'll get my order will be filled. If not, I'll buy it for what it is. Maybe it's going to be $30 or $40 more than the average. I'm still participating. I'm not losing the knowledge of what the exchanges is doing because I'm being active and doing it every day. So it works a lot. So I've taught my son and daughter that, and guys, they're doing great. They're telling their friends about it, and I tell you what, I showed my son in 2017 the difference. I put $1,000 in a bank account, and we kept it in there for 1 year. We put $1,000 in Bitcoin, and we kept it in for 1 year. Guess which one won? Right? So, me myself, I don't come from a rich family, but and I never really ever learned a lot about money. And Bitcoin has taught me a lot about money. It's taught me a lot about what is wrong with the current financial system, how you can put, I could have given my son $5,000 when he was 18 and said, hey son, this is towards your down payment for your house. Man, that would probably been the worst thing I could have ever done. That $5,000 is going to sit in a bank account that's doing absolutely fucking nothing. And next year, and the year after, and the year after, guess what that $5,000 can do? Less than what it could have done when I first gave it to him. Okay? So I stopped doing that, and I actually started giving Bitcoin as presents. I gave my son 0.1 of a Bitcoin in June. Right? That costed me, because I was dollar cost averaging into that, that only costed me, sorry, I've got it right here, I used Blockfolio to keep control of all of my dollar cost averaging.
Sweet.
I'll show you guys very quickly something here. So Blockfolio, my son's right here. So on Blockfolio, I can put in all of my transactions. So this is my son's that I did to him before I gave to him. I didn't put in too many. I started February 10th of 2019, and I gave it to him June 10th of 2019. Okay, I'm gonna click a different tab here, profit loss. I only put in $771. Right now, even with the dip that we had, it's still worth $995. So that 0.1 of a Bitcoin I gave to him, he gained 29% on it. Just as birthday presents, right?
How
so
beautiful is that?
He loves it. He wants
More
more.
of the
Well, what does he want? He wants more.
Yeah,
He wants to
yeah.
learn more. He wants to make more.
So you start getting addicted to the percentages of gain.
Yes,
you start to understand the gain.
And so then
It's the
you
percentage
can
of
do
gain that is the gain.
so all the stuff that Jan talked about tonight are many different ways that you can now make money out of the traditional financial system, but kind of using some of the same features that the traditional financial system has, but now in a cryptocurrency world, in a world that is worldwide, 24/7.
24/7.
24/7. So the opportunities to make money are incredible here, especially as we get more people involved. Now, we're not getting more people involved because it's a Ponzi scheme and it's a pyramid. Honestly, if none of you guys got involved, it doesn't affect me one bit.
One bit.
Not one bit. I'm trying to teach you guys and educate the world. I have at CryptoDD on Twitter, and I have the Bitcoin101.com or .ca on as a website, just to try to educate people. Because I'm not
You
that.
pull up the 101 here?
I'm not that tech savvy. I'm learning how to code right now because I feel that learning how to code is going to be very beneficial for my future. But
Did you make a website for the Bitcoin 101?
I did, yeah, I sure did. But
Why don't we cross-pollinate some of our content together?
sure, so
Why don't I even French in your like Twitter feed into my Bitcoin workshops site? Like I can do a Twitter feed on the base of the site. That is the crypto deity, and you could be the feed on the site. I don't mind sharing that real estate with you.
Right. Yeah, let's talk about that, man, for sure.
Yeah.
So, because me and you, we're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And you're actually doing a little bit more, but Matt, all I want to do is just help educate.
I know.
So I've created this website on my own cash. I'm not getting paid for it. No, I'm not.
Well, I haven't got paid either for 2 years either. 99 workshop, you're still not getting paid.
Right.
technically.
Still, and you're renting this place.
Yeah.
Look at all the money that you're constantly putting in. And for what? Just to let other people know, hey, there's money to be made you cannot make out of the banks. Because the banks are taking your money and they're making 12%, 16% off of it, and they're not even giving you 1%.
No way.
I'm sorry, but that's not going to make me rich.
They took capitalism away from us, bro.
Right? And then the shitty part is, man, it's not backed by a goddamn thing. We are trusting them
Same questions you asked me, CIBC, could go to business
fiat
tomorrow.
money, right? And so here's what's happening in the world right now. We have Lebanon, we have Iraq or Iran, we have Chile, we have Venezuela, we have Argentina. All of these places are going to shit, and their dollars were shit, and the banks are controlling their money. First off, the banks are completely closed, and they can't access the bank at all. And then the banks open, and then they're only allowed to have this much of their money per week. That's our money. That's our money that these guys are stealing. Guess what?
Can I tell
Now
you what? It's
I have
happening
all of
now.
my money right here.
Chris,
Right
it's
here.
happening now. TD Bank and a few of these others,
Yeah.
they don't have tellers anymore in the locations. They're now cafes.
Yeah.
So you can have a Keurig coffee, and you got to talk to the bank machine.
Right.
Yeah. Right? It's
Right.
a bank machine only now. And
Right.
you talk to Buddy there, and if you want to
And-
raise your limits, he might crank up the volume
And you're
for
still
you.
paying $16 a month.
Correct, you are.
And $3 every
bet
time you
are.
want to get your
You
money.
bet you are. Yep.
Guess
and
what?
you're limited as fuck now. Now the machine is further limiting your life.
Yeah.
It's game
You got
on.
limits on the machine, limits on how much you can do. I tried to send $4,000 to my bank today. It told me no. I have a $3,000 daily limit. Are you? It costs $4,000. So what am I? How am I supposed to pay my bill now? That my bill that costs $4,000
I know.
when I'm only allowed to spend $3,000.
You have to phone them up
Right.
and ask for permission.
It has permission, just like Jan said earlier. He gave you guys a challenge, try and go get 20 grand. Okay, I did that challenge just 2 years ago to try and buy a new truck. I tried to get money out of my bank to go and buy a new truck cash. That took 1 week to get cash out of my bank.
Wow.
1 week.
There you go.
It's a huge pain in the
I
ass.
know I would like that.
Cash,
The guy almost sold the truck on me. The guy didn't believe me. He didn't believe me.
Yeah, they don't take it anymore.
He's like, man, okay, no, I'm sorry, man. Time's up. I'm getting rid of the truck. And they go, no, man, wait, no. He kept the truck for me, but 1 week. There's other guys. I follow Andreas
horrendous.
Antonopoulos. He is one of probably the
Put
best,
him up there.
the best
Everyone needs to know
people,
about him. Andreas Antonopoulos, one of the best
the
lecturers
best
of the
people
space.
to talk about Bitcoin. The
If
best.
you guys are not following anybody on the lectures and stuff, Andreas is the man to follow for everyone. I don't recommend anybody because I'm pretty picky, but I recommend him. I would give good advice to follow him. 100%.
Well, you know what? Let's stay on my site here for a second.
T-shirt, by the way.
Books on Bitcoin. So if you click on books on Bitcoin, I have a few of Andreas' books here.
Yeah, you do. Good.
How do you scroll on this, buddy?
Just you got to go to the edge of the page and kind of pull that little thing down. Go to the edge of the page,
Yeah.
over to the right,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and then just pull down there. Yeah.
Okay, so
No
on my website, any one of the categories you go to, if you want to click on one of these books, it's going to go right to Amazon, and you can purchase this book.
That's his book, The Internet of Money.
The Internet of Money. He has the Internet of
That's
Money
my life.
1. He has the Internet of Money
My
2.
life is the Internet of Money, guys.
And
You know that.
And he's coming up with the Internet of Money 3. These are very, very, very good books to learn about Bitcoin. If you want...
Can I say one more thing? Earlier, Chris was talking about some of the Bitbo and stuff like that, but the problem with them, in my mind, is their fees, okay? You deal with me, you have way less fees, you have
Okay.
way more personalization. Some of them are cheaper and some of them are more expensive, those outfits, okay? but you don't have the personalization there. Nobody cares about you.
Right.
Money like
There
you do,
is-
okay?
yes.
And nobody gives you the guaranteed buyback either. So anything business that you do with Jan will buy back everything you bought.
100%.
Right.
And
So you have
I would
different ways of
always,
doing
I would
business.
always try to recommend you to go to
I just want
Jan.
you to know the difference. There's a difference there.
But I'm going to also let you know, BitGo right now have treated me like gold.
And they have me. I have an account there, and I have too.
They
I
have
too.
zero trading fees.
Really?
Zero trading fees.
Right now, yeah.
Zero fees for funding your account. So right now, I can put $10 in, I get my $10, and I get my whole $10 Bitcoin with zero fees for the last 2 months. And they still have no desire to take that off because they're trying to get more business. There's a 1% fee only for removing it. But 1% is nothing compared to all of the other exchanges, right? So this right here, guys, I'm going to show you one more book right here. Is fabulous. It is a kid's book.
I also want to tell one more risk of BitGo. He doesn't know this yet, but your bank accounts get shut down if you link into those guys. And that's what they want you to do too. They want you to link through this little Finkel thing, and I recommend not doing that. People do it. And his bank hasn't been shut down yet, but mine has.
No, my bank was, the Royal Bank was.
So
But
yours has
so
too.
that was the Royal Bank last year.
So it's
That was the Royal Bank last year. What's
It's
the Royal
still
Bank
same
doing now
as
this year though?
It's still the same this year. I'm talking to them. Let me finish. That's a risk. So if that bothers you, if that bothers anybody in this room or even listening about your own bank account getting shut down, then talk to me more and I'll teach you some other moves around that, okay? But just
Right.
keep that in mind.
But-
that's why I don't do things like that too. So dealing
But
with
Jan,
me-
I'm not using them
Yep.
to get my money
I know you're not.
back
I know
in.
how you're working it.
I'm only using them to buy Bitcoin
I
only.
understand.
So I have no bank account attached to BitGo at all.
Good.
At all. It is strictly an e-transfer to fund my account. I take that Bitcoin and put it in my cold wallet.
And all e-transfers are being tracked by Interact, the company, which is a third party. And if you put Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or any kind of password inside your e-transfers whatsoever, any cryptocurrency word, your e-transfer email gets shut down immediately. And then that email that you might use for work, rent, and other people will no longer be active. And then anyone that sends to that email will leave their money in limbo for a period of time where they have to call their bank and have a major nuisance. So I'm giving you some warnings because I've been through every path in the system, and not all of it's as cool as it sounds, okay? I just want you all to know that. So as soon as you start linking your personal banking to these, anything, it doesn't matter which one he named, they're all the potential there to have you shut down and kicked right out of the brand. Right out of the franchise.
The CFO of PayPal just
Right out.
recently got his account stopped by the biggest bank in America.
And I'll tell everyone why again, and I'll tell you right now, and I know this for real, the risk policy has not been rewritten yet. It's still the same risk policy as last year. None of the major banks, America or Canada, even Bank of America card, cannot use on Coinbase, which is American.
Yep,
You cannot
that's
use a
right.
Bank of America Visa card. I have it. I have accounts in America. You can't even use it. They deny it immediately.
Okay, but
Just want you to know
there's big reasons why these banks are doing this also.
it's reverse control.
They want to take control. Also, look at the Royal
the
Bank.
risk
this time.
policy
So
is
last
the
last
key
year
thing here.
last year Royal Bank tells me no. This year, what is Royal Bank trying to do? Have their own crypto exchange.
In the news they are, but trickle it down to the retail aspect of you going in the bank.
Yeah.
If you start beacon off in the bank and you're doing crypto there, they're going to start shutting your shit down. They are not ready with the risk policy. It doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter what they say in the news about their interests. I just want you to
absolutely.
be clear here.
They-
Be clear about it.
but-
And don't be naive.
Absolutely,
You're-
but that's
you're-
the
everyone
guys
is at risk.
That's the
You-
guys that are using their credit cards.
That too.
Their credit
That
cards.
too.
If you're using that bank's credit card and you're buying Bitcoin on credit, it's
This
a
is a major reason why the Facebook coin had a lot of snapback and overall shutdown is because they came out on the street asking Visa and MasterCard permission to buy their in-house Libra coin, which is like a chip here at the casino. And those Visa and MasterCard said, no fucking way. We're not going to leverage people's credit to buy this fucking in-house token of yours, right? And that's why it all got shut down, right? So never came
yes
about.
and no. There's a little bit more to that.
But that's part of
Visa
what?
and Mastercard were part of that.
Yeah.
No, but they stopped it after.
They stopped it when the government started asking them questions.
Yeah.
When the government started, otherwise
If they can't
were all
convert
in.
credit cards into money, Facebook can't make a go of it.
I think if the government would not have started putting
Think
the,
about it,
putting
right?
the thumb down on them, 100% that the
All
Visa, American Express, and MasterCard were all involved. That Stripe was involved.
I love these debates
PayPal.
with you too. You're good at this. The fucking, just so you know, the credit card company is the backbone lifeline of Facebook, though.
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't have a cash machine. You don't walk up with your bills, like you said, and feed it into Facebook anywhere, do you?
No.
No, you don't.
But
the
Facebook-
only way to operate Facebook, it's an app, it's a software overall, is with a credit card. So if Facebook is not 110% in bed with the credit card and the purchasing of crypto through such, it cannot operate. And keep this in mind one more time for us all. It's not written in Visa and MasterCard's risk policy yet either. They do not have a digital asset clause anywhere in any of these institutions. So
No.
this is the major roadblock that we're all seeing, and then there's a bunch of street talk that goes on around that. But I want you to understand deeply that once the risk policies get rewritten, and it's supposed to happen in 2020 here, once the fucking Queen of England and whoever else is controlling all the shit, I think it's her department there, once that shit is rewritten, so you know that's going to go worldwide spread, and everything's going to unlock.
Well, it's-
And the Facebook coin will be able to be a real thing. And all these other projects that are literally stifled and held back are going to explode. And going to like even the Nash exchange or any of the ones you mentioned tonight, to be able to go on there with your Visa and be able to buy instant Bitcoin in a second is like, whoo, the dream, right? You know
So
that. And that's why those companies even mentioned can't take the Visas, because they're not allowed to take credit cards to trade for crypto.
That's right.
That's
You
not
can't even trade fiat for crypto technically.
That's not
We're
true.
still doing it wrong.
There's many exchanges right now that you can go on right now
I know you
and
can
buy
do it.
crypto with your
It's like the
Bitcoin,
cannabis
with
business,
credit
and it's like the gray area of the cannabis business is what you're looking at right now. You think it's all legit, but it's not. And what you're looking at is a gray market area where they're just doing it anyway. They're rogues. They're rogue companies.
Yes, but I can show you that it is happening, Dan. It is happening
Of course
right
it is,
now.
and I'm proud of it.
Visa,
I'm part of it, I'm proud
Visa
of it.
right now is partnering with 3 different cryptocurrencies.
I saw that too. I know.
Right. So-
but I want you to know that the deep core of it, though,
Yeah.
is the risk policy that's still not written in the
Well-
financial system of the world yet, the global system.
Absolutely.
And once that's rewritten,
even
the whole world's gonna fucking explode. Just keep your eyes on that news, please, and then be super excited with champagne when that happens, because we need to rejoice at that moment, because that's gonna unlock the leash on everything else that we're talking about.
Yep.
It is. The risk policy has to be rewritten to include the digital assets. Once we have that, and the banks have that, and the credit cards have that, it's game on like you guys have never seen. You think all this is cool now, and we're selling some shit? Just wait. Wait till that approves. That's going to be the biggest game changer in history.
It's all happening. I'd say within the next 2 years we're going to see massive growth.
It should be next year. For Canada.
Yeah,
apparently
for
it's
Canada
next year.
especially. Canada alone.
Royal Bank, like you said, is
Just
pushing
this year,
for-
Canada alone, we are the first country in the world to have a mining company that you can have trade.
We have our own
stocks
digital
for.
asset.
We are creating our own digital
There is
assets.
one already.
We are also
Toronto.
the first company in the world, 3IQ, that is going to have a
That's the one.
Bitcoin fund.
Yep.
We are
They have
also
it.
going to be the first country in the world that a bank is going to create their own cryptocurrency company. We are also the first country in the world to have schools. We had SAIT and the University of Victoria jump into blockchain technology. So Canada is going to be a first behind all of this. So I disagree a little bit with what he says, but a little bit. No matter what, this is not dying, and we're continuing to move forward. There's growth every single day. There's walls that are coming down. There's new laws that are written, and it's going to be a wonderful world. This Bitcoin Money book right here. that you
Go
see
back
on
to your
the-
books quick.
that you see on the left here. This
Come
book
back.
right here is fabulous. It is just a few.
Which one?
This Bitcoin Money. So it's cartoon
Money.
It's a cartoon book, but it shows you. It is meant. So the guy that did it is a Jewish rabbi. He wrote the book with his son, so that kids could understand it. He has given the book to schools, given the book to hospitals, everywhere he can to try and promote his book and Bitcoin. It goes very well into depth. Just the easy things. It takes a kid that's mowing lawns, a girl that's selling lemonade, and another kid that's drawing art, and how they trade their services to get the other service. So one kid draws a little drawing so he can get some lemonade. The other kid mows lawn so he can get the artwork. Well, and then it shows how eventually that person doesn't need their lawn mowed, so they're not going to get, so it shows that. And then it goes into the kind of the different technologies that we've had. Then all of a sudden, okay, well, let's use these gold coins. Okay, so they use these gold coins, and then they figure their pockets are just getting huge because the gold coins are too big. So then they go into paper money. Well, then when they've discovered paper money, of course, Joe Blow over here, the government figured, oh, well, we can just print more. So it shows you the kind of the road that the financial system has taken to get to Bitcoin, and to kind of understand why Bitcoin is the better money, because there is no way to print more. There's only the 21 million. So then, therefore, it's going to work better as a financial money. Anyway, I don't got too much more to say today, but please check out my website, check out Jan's. If you are ever interested in getting into Bitcoin and you want to make some money and you don't want to put a heck of a lot into it, dollar cost average. You're not going to get all the highs, you're not going to get all the lows, you're going to get everything in between, and it takes a little bit of the risk away. Otherwise, you can be like me when I first got in. I got in without even looking at the charts at a high time. All of a sudden, lost a lot of money. But if I would have just dollar cost average, or even taken a look into the charts and did my own research before just jumping in, I could have saved that money at first and did a little bit different with it. Lessons learned, and but I've found that dollar cost averaging has been the best tool for me to make the most amount of money.
Good idea. Instead of waiting to get in it for the.
Right. Well, it's so I got another buddy at work. He's dollar cost averaging too, but he decided to go. He wanted to go a little bit more all in. So when he did it today. He put $500 in. Well, the next day that goes down, and he's like, "Oh man, it went down." And you just put in just a little bit consecutively over and over and over, and you're gonna see. It's very easy to put 10 or 20 bucks in a week. You don't know that. You can lose 10 bucks, 20 bucks a week and not even know. But if you put 10 or 20 bucks in there, and then at the end of the year, all of a sudden that $10 and 20 bucks is if you put it in $10 a week, that's 520 bucks for the week that you just put in, but guaranteed you're going to be getting.
It adds up big time. It really does.
Adds up. And like I say, you're getting all the highs, all the lows, and in between. So just the other day, we had a really, really nice dip.
Yep.
Or guess who caught the dip? The guy doing DCA. Right? If you're not paying attention to the charts, you're not going to get those dips, right? So that's what I gotta say.
I love it. I watch the dip every single day. I watch the charts every single day.
Oh yeah, whenever I see a dip, I put more in.
We got down 6,500-ish there. It was getting really cheap. Yeah. Which books have you read here on your list?
All of the ones that I put on here. So right now, I'm actually in the process of reading Mastering Bitcoin. So I read.
You got that safety book?
Which one of these have you read, Kev? Any of them?
I'm about halfway through that safety.
The Bitcoin Standard?
And you know what? All of these books are on Audible. So when I'm driving, I also have these books on Audible. So I have actually.
How much is Audible per month?
$15.99, $14.99
a month.
But then you get, when you first sign up, you get 2 free books, and then every month with that $14.99, you also get a free book every month.
But do you get to keep that file, or do you listen unlimited files?
I get to keep that file so far. I haven't stopped it or nothing. So I'm wondering if I stop it, if I've still got those to be able to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
but
you have
get unlimited listening
right?
while you're in the bubble for $15 a month?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Is it like Spotify?
No, it's not like Spotify. No.
So you pay $15 and then more?
And then if you want more books, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's not. I don't think that it's the best deal, but for me, being on when I'm doing a lot of driving, it's very easy to read a book.
Of course.
And listen to a book that way.
That's
I
run a lot. I run like 8 miles.
Right, and so I run a lot too. I do marathons and I do tons of running, and that
Books are good to listen to.
Very well. They sure are. So this one here that he had mentioned, the Bitcoin Standard. This is a great book.
Yeah.
Now this goes into a lot of the financial system.
They say that all of the financial systems for the major countries will be similarly based off of this Bitcoin Standard in this book.
Right. He did a great job in his book. He talks about gold, he talks about seashells, he talks about a lot of the different attempts to try and create a financial system and how those financial systems didn't work. And guess how every single financial system failed? by somebody else creating more. I'll give you an example. There was this one island that on this island, their wealth was these giant rocks. Well, the only way that you could get these giant rocks is by gathering your crew, your herd, going onto the boat, traveling to the next island, and chipping apart at this mountain to get this big rock, and then bringing it back by boat back to their island. Okay, so this big rock would sit there, and everybody knew whose rock that was, and that was their money, until this one guy landed there on a boat. His boat crashed or whatever it may be, got there, and he was stuck on this island. And he seen that this island had a bunch of, I can't remember, let's say coconuts. Had a bunch of coconuts. And where he was from, these coconuts are selling like hotcakes. So he wanted to get these guys, the people that lived on this island, to give them the coconuts. And he was going to give them rocks. So what this guy did is he went, the guy that had the ship, he went to Hong Kong, he bought a bunch of dynamite, and he went to this island where these guys were chipping away to get these rocks, and he blew it up and brought a whole bunch of these rocks back to this island. Well, now, all of a sudden, the main people that lived there, they didn't want these rocks, because all of a sudden, if they took these rocks for the coconuts, now their rocks devalue, right? Just like printing money is. So the tribe turned it down, but guess what? When you have over a certain amount of people in a tribe, you always get the odd person that still wants to do it. So then the guy was successful, and he got some members of the tribe to go and get the coconuts for these rocks. And so then what ended up happening? The rocks go into their system, and now their money is now deflated. It's just like the governments do to us all the time. They go and print their money, they put it into their system, and now the money that we already had is now worth, has much less buying power, because they just put a whole bunch more in. So every single financial system that there has been destroyed by somebody making more or creating more. Like seashells. All of a sudden, Joe Blow went, oh, well, look, I got all these seashells. So every financial system that has worked has been destroyed by somebody being greedy and trying to create more for themselves, just like the printing money. So the Bitcoin standard goes through all of those different systems, and then kind of talks a lot about what Bitcoin is doing differently than that. And then that Bitcoin money book is, again, just a cute little cartoon book, man. Very easy to read, 10-minute read, and it just gives you a little bit of knowledge of, oh, that's what Bitcoin is. It's good. So all of these books on here, I would recommend every single one of them. I've read them all, and now that I've read The Internet of Money 1 and 2, he's coming out with the number 3. Now, these are easy books to read too. All they are really is just scriptures of all of his podcasts, all of his Bitcoin meetings that he's done, and they're kind of just all written into small form into the book. So you even get a little bit of repetition in the book, because when he's at this Bitcoin meeting in London and he's at this one in Tokyo, he sometimes talks about the same stuff, but for the most part, the books are different and gives you a lot of detail. And man, he is just good. He's got a lot of analogies and just a great talker about Bitcoin. What else do I have on this page? I have content creators. Staying protected also. We'll go to content creators. So all in the content creators here, I'm still working on this section here, but I've got a crypto news section and a crypto trading section. And so each one of these guys, if you click on this, it's going to go right to Andreas Antonopoulos' YouTube channel. And now you can watch all of Andreas' videos. And he has a lot of them. He has 185,000 subscribers.
When I discovered it, I spent 4 months consuming as much as I could.
So that's Andreas right there. Great guy, great talker. I would recommend maybe checking his site out. Let's go back here again. Crypto Zombie, he's a daily news guy. Crypto Lark, he's from New Zealand, daily news guy. These are all YouTube channels. We got Chico Crypto, Ivan on Tech, incredible guy. I would have to say, out of this whole list right here, I would say maybe watch Ivan on Tech. He's got a lot of news. He's very smart. He's very tech savvy, and he's just very, very intelligent in the scene. Ready Set Crypto is a father and son combination. I met them in Seattle, Great guys, man, and again, a lot of knowledge. This Chico Crypto, he's out of Chico, California. He's a ball buster. He likes to find all the scam artists and all the guys, and he calls them all out, man. And he has no problem calling everybody out. So he's a good guy to watch, just to say, hey, you know what? If you're interested in a project, maybe he's probably done something about it to show you if it's good or bad.
That even doesn't he gets paid for everything. So
Now you also have to. I was just gonna say, you also have to take a little bit of what these guys say with a grain of salt, because they are paid. Some of them are paid. There is one guy that I watch all the time. He doesn't take no payment at all. As far as trader goes, this guy right here, Jacob Canfield, amazing. He is actually he owns Signal Profits, but he is on TradingView, and he is TradingView's #1 crypto trader. Tone Bays, great guy, but he is Bitcoin maximalist. Anything that is not Bitcoin is a shitcoin to him, and he don't give no shits about it. He's very, very negative when it comes to other projects. So again, I'm still working on this, but these are some guys that are great guys to follow, and they'll give you great information. These are guys that I've sourced out all of my information from. Obviously, multiple more. But the books nowadays. When I first got into Bitcoin, there wasn't so many. Now there's tons of them. And just great ones. And reading and understanding Bitcoin helps you a lot to understand the whole space. Then if you really want, I believe Jan offers this too. But I have hands-on learning. If you want to book some of my time, no problem, man. We can go and have a coffee and talk. I have a couple sessions that will teach you how to completely get started in Bitcoin, how to start a wallet, how to store your seed phrase safely, how to transfer money, and how to use a crypto ATM, how to stake, quite a few different things. And I'll always add to that as I learn. And Twitter, shopping. I've been adding a little bit of crypto merchandise, and I'm still adding to this quite a bit myself as well. So I make all these myself. Jan, you do a lot of crypto merchandise yourself as well, right? Mm-hmm. And so I make a lot of crypto merchandise, and I have a few outlets where I don't hold any of the merchandise myself. I have companies in Canada and the States and in Amsterdam that I just provide my image that I want on the hat or shirt or coffee mug, and they put it on it and ship to wherever I need it to.
Sweet. Dropship.
So that's it, guys.
Nice.
That's the Bitcoin 101. It's .com or .ca. I'm working on it constantly. Working with Jan constantly to try and just trying to educate the space.
Nice.
So I wish you guys well. Do your own research all the time. Don't put all your money in unless you kind of know what you're doing. Safest way to do it: dollar cost average.
CA.
Awesome.
Good job, buddy. Yeah. I like your DCA.
It works best. It works good for newcomers for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, for those of you watching, thank you so much for coming. Workshop number 99 is now over. We're going to be back for number 100. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much, and keep saving money.